Good evening and welcome to Clayton Bowls Club for our Clayton versus Lilydale live streamed game on this Friday evening. I'm Jimmy Whitehead, Events and Competitions Manager at Bowls Victoria, and I'm joined by someone we've been trying to get on the commentary for a bit of time. He's plays in the rink that I play in at Melbourne. It's the one and only Mr. Alex Skilton. How are you, buddy?
Not too bad yourself, Jimmy. Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime, mate. We're at you from the grand final last year, but you had other excuses that day.
Yeah, look, to be fair, grand final day, after knowing a fair few of the crew playing in that game, the commentary wasn't high on the priority list, but I'm glad that I could still jump into it tonight.
No, we've got you in. Ex-Clayton player. Played here for a long time, so...
Yeah, this is my first club. Played for, I think, good 6 or 7 years.
Yeah. And going up against Lilydale tonight, what are your predictions for this game?
Oh, you know, Lilydale obviously have been in the mix going up and down from Divi 1 for years. They're pretty strong for an Eastern Rangers side. Them and Croydon have always been the two since Yarra Glen sort of took a step back, because they also used to be pretty strong out there. And like they've got some, like Josh used to play here, and they've got some other guys who've been a part of some strong Premier League teams, but they weren't necessarily skipping in those sides. They were, whether it be learning their craft or taking back steps to be part of winning cultures in a Premier League team. So, they're more than capable. They've been around, but I think Clayton will be too classy tonight. People like Snapper, Ali, they've got Tash flying in, so I think they'll be too good.
Yeah, I mean, me and JT both tipped Clayton in this one. A reminder, it is the round 11 fixture from last week. We had the doubleheader last weekend,
right, yeah.
And these guys decided to play their Sunday game on Friday, which
just throw a spanner in for us.
Yeah. So they are a game behind these two, so playing catch up. Which means they'll play their doubleheader this weekend essentially.
Yeah, well, obviously we play Lilydale tomorrow.
Correct. So
it's a big night to then back it up by midday tomorrow morning. Just tomorrow in general, yeah. So it'll test the Lilydale guys, whether it be a little bit of fatigue or just even the concentration factor. It can be hard to back it up one day into the next, especially when you're playing two sides that are in the mix for finals. So both of us will give them a big test. So they'll have their work cut out for them.
They do change weekends, these double headers. You can gain momentum or lose it pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
So a couple of wins for Lilydale, or a couple of fighting performances that'll put them right back. So for the Clayton rink today, we've got Scotty Biles leading, Paul Murphy second, Tash Van Aldik playing third, and Toddy Simmons skipping. And over for Lilydale, we've got Stephen O'Regan, but Rowdy will probably call him more.
Yeah, Rowdy, much easier.
A man that needs no introduction in John Snell playing second, Rod Nicholson playing third, and Jess Wallace skipping for Lilydale. So a good level of players, good level of experience. A lot of these players have won state titles.
Yeah, for sure. It was only a couple of years ago, I think, that Jess won the Oz singles.
Yeah.
Whilst pregnant, mind you. Yeah. So obviously she can, a little bit of tricky times doesn't matter for her. She can put up with it.
Yeah, she'll go good. John Snell, I think I could spend the entire stream talking about what he's won.
Yeah, probably.
It's the level of bowls he still plays. He's unreal.
I mean, to some degree, you can sort of fall back on the basics, I suppose. And when, for so long, he was at the highest of high levels, regardless of whether or not he's since dialed back and gone to using an arm, he's obviously still 100% dialed in with basics. And, if you get back to basics, you can still throw a few close, and he's doing just that.
Fit as a fiddle as well. They tell me he's always first there for practice. Loves to leave.
He loves it. He practices a fair bit, and he still goes real good in all the club events and like club singles. I'm pretty sure he won for the region, maybe the other year.
Yeah, he was. I think it was 2 years ago. He was representing them in the singles.
That's just unreal.
And I know recently I seen the stream, I think he played off against CJ in the Lilydale men's singles as well.
Yeah, so I'll be looking a bit kicking by then, let alone playing bowls at the level he is.
So, I'm counting week at a time at this moment, mate.
Yeah.
Should be a good tussle. Paul Murphy just named in the Sunbelt region side.
Yeah, good on him. I've seen that, Ali's thrown his name into the mix, which has obviously never been done before. So it'll be good for a few of the crew. Like, obviously, the Clayton guys have the luxury of playing alongside Ali week in, week out. But some of the other guys, whether it be from, we got Simon from ours and like people like Aaron Burke from Keysborough who wouldn't have had that opportunity. It'll be, regardless of how the bowls actually go that weekend, playing alongside somebody like that, you can learn a thing or two, and it's just probably a great experience. So.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm going to throw Brad under the bus right now, though, who's our cameraman. It's probably not Brad who was thrown under the bus. It's probably Josh from work, but the ladder is wrong. I don't think Croydon's second win has been added onto that. They're precious them wins for Croydon, so they want them on the ladder. I've had a few texts already. So you're missing a win. A fantastic win for them last Sunday against Mentone. We went down to Mentone the day before by a shot, and my final words to a few of their boys as they were leaving was, "Don't let it slip now. Don't go throw it away and lose to." Someone you're battling.
We say that, but the hit out that we had against Croydon at Croydon only a few weeks prior, regardless of the fact that we got 18 points, it was a very, very close game, and it genuinely could have been 3 rinks to Croydon. They were all within 2 or 3 shots, and they were all decided in the last 2 or 3 ends, except for Spurry's rink. So Croydon, obviously, they're always in the mix the same. They've got a lot of players who have been there, done that in Premier League, so they're more than capable.
Yeah.
So they really took it up to Mentone after they took it up to us. So got the job done.
Yeah, they went down to Deer Park on a stream game a couple of weeks ago, and again, it was only one rink that done it there. They were in it in the other 3, so they were almost there. They're real close in games.
And just to reply to Lockie Sims there, thoughts of Yarra Glen's chances. They are, as far as I'm aware, they're the only team that's playing Division 1 that hasn't lost a game. So Matty O'Brien's leading the balloons out there to some sort of sniff. Whether or not they get it done remains to be seen, because some good sides that you'd think could get up have fallen over at the last hurdle.
It's a bit of a shark-infested waters Division 1 finals, and every side is...
there have been some teams that have been in the mix year in, year out, and they're always, you always think this will be their year, but like anyone can beat anyone. That's the beauty of bowls, and obviously just hasn't been their day come the crunch.
Yeah, finals are always a different beast. Always a different beast. Right, Todd, with a couple to go, just with one more to go, and then we're into the first end of this game. So for those who haven't joined us, for one of our stream games before, it's 21 ends for each of the 4 rinks, so 84 in total. We usually get extremely close games in our stream game, so fingers crossed we get another one here.
I could go with that. Makes it a little bit more interesting to watch. There'll be some loud noises tonight, that's for damn sure. You're going to be a play Lilydale. They like to, if their bowls are lacking, their voice certainly is not ever. They'll cheer the ones like it's a 6, and that seems to work for them. They're always one in, all in. And that team culture is probably a massive factor as to why they've always found themselves getting back up in the Premier League. So.
Yeah, they're always in games. Like, one thing I noticed with the ladder a couple of weeks ago, they were on the same wins as Mentone and Croydon, but they were 10 points ahead, so it just shows you they're picking up rinks, they're fighting right to the death, they don't give up on anything, so they'll certainly be in it tonight.
Yeah, they took it up. I can only go by when we played against them, and they definitely took it up to us that day. Like, our rink, for example, we were up by, I reckon it would have been 10 about halfway through, and then found ourselves dead level with just a couple ends to go, and the overall, whilst we were on the better side of the ledger, a few of the rinks got real close all of a sudden, and we ended up dropping 2 of them, so they're not afraid to fight, even if it is for 2 points here and there, particularly when you've got a relegation battle going. Every 2 points is massive for these guys.
Yeah. I'm interested to watch Scotty, who's leading up for Clayton here. He's been playing third all season. I think it's his first game front end. He might have played lead last week.
I think Scotty's always the one where if he's not playing back end, they throw him back on the map, because they know he's like great start there. He's
the start you want.
He's a gun on the mat, and he's obviously got the class to go back and play back end. But having him on the mats now, pretty luxury, especially with Todd coming back to skip this week and now Tash playing 3. So all of a sudden you've gone from having one of your best leads having to play backhand and getting the job done to having a bit of a luxury.
Yes, Barb. Tash is playing 3rd in this rink. You can see her in the background there. Interesting to see how she goes. So for those we haven't really spoke about the green yet, to be honest, Skilts. It's sort of it'll get slower. It's about 14.5, I think, at the moment, maybe 14. It doesn't look amazing, but it plays better than it looks.
Yeah, well, by all reports, it's improved from when we were here a few weeks ago too. The pace of it was no issue at that point, and obviously most greens with barefoot bowls or even just normally due to weather and other things, they get a fair bit of work done to them over that small 3-week period that we have off. Over Christmas and all that, and it can take a little bit of traffic to be on the green and a little bit of, whether it be wearing it in or a little bit of time for the greenkeepers to get it back to the level that it was at pre-Christmas, but then it can then excel and get even better than it was beforehand. And talking to Dylan before the game, he said that it's improved, and I'll back his judgment. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. Just got a comment calling you B3 from Justine on there. I'm presuming that's because you're the
B3.
3rd banana to the 2 Hanley brothers.
No, I wouldn't know what you're talking about, mate. No, that's definitely not me.
This is a cracking start by Clayton. They've peppered 3 around the jack early.
No prisoners on a night like tonight. They'll be raring to go because, again, you got one fighting for probably realistically relegation, and the other one that they've had a couple good wins, so they're all of a sudden really in the mix for the top 4 again.
Yeah.
And when you play a side that's they are in the relegation battle, you can't afford to let them get a chance because they can get just as up and about as you can. So if they break their backs early, it could be a good night for Clayton.
John Snell just overcooking his first. We've definitely got an Aeros game going on here, Lucas. They're all playing with Aero. Optima's up front.
Yeah, it appears you're right.
all 4 players in the front end are.
Not a bad bowl either, cover in the back.
Yeah, it's a very good seconds bowl, that.
Yeah. Well, it looked like Snelly was, whether or not it was intentional, but that lurker weight, especially when they've got so many bowls in and around the jack.
I reckon he's still got a better delivery than me with a bowling arm.
Oh, you think? Someone who watches you put plenty down every week, he's got you covered. Maybe you should go back to this. Might be a sniff.
He's got a bit of a result out of that as Snelly.
Real aggressive game style from Todd. That's quite typical of him. But you put the pressure on early. Must be in the mix. Todd's looking at it pretty closely.
Ooh, good effort. She was obviously trying to sit that bowler. John's Snell's out the head. They're
a bowl hot. They're interesting.
They're interesting. They're like the spliced.
They are her
Henselot.
BPL bowls, I believe. She's trying to get some practice in with them before she plays the BPL. Is she playing for the? Is it the Steamers? I'm not sure.
Maybe she is.
I believe that. I got a quick Snapchat of all things before, which let me have a bit of a look at them. And if she's playing the BPL, it wouldn't surprise me if she's trying to get some bowls down with them, just so she can dial in a little bit before she's got obviously a real strong competition in the BPL coming up.
It's either that or she's playing for the Sydney Lions, but here we go. We'll find out.
No, you're the man, you know it all.
I'm normally pretty hot on this sort of stuff, but I've been running the over 60s event
don't make excuses for dropping the ball, mate.
And
she must be in the mix. She's chasing it.
Yeah, she's close.
Yeah, she's got.
That's a
huge great
shot.
One. Puts them right under the pump there.
It's an exciting call by Todd there. Yeah, she is. You're right. She's playing for the Murray Steamers.
And without any hesitation, Nico was on the mat, ready to go, as if there was. But then again, he's a man who's been around. He's probably been this many down a fair
He's
few
close.
times.
He's on a good line.
They call him the doctor.
He's on a good line.
And he's just about fixed it there like a doctor would. Great shot.
2, 1, probably 2 down. Maybe 1.
You say Justine was calling me B3 before. Well, B2, who just got his tattoos, just chilling out, having a chat to Snapper. He's just strolled on in. He's in one piece, so now you know he's safe. Wearing his Chicago Bulls top. Chicago Bulls Joshy just tried to land a bowl over there a couple of rings across, and by all reports was pretty close because they got a little bit excited for it. He's playing with his brother. You wouldn't have seen that too many times.
Yeah, him and Johnny.
Oh, it's rare to see them play anything together. As brothers, you normally... If you're not cuddling, you're fist fighting.
So what's he trying to do here? Land that front bowl, punch the last bowl out. He just needs to be a bit quicker on that line. Oh, he's going to bring another... No, shot's still there.
Yeah, no, it's obviously... Now that he's done that, though, he's probably allowed himself to search with that little bit of extra weight, because now he's got more protection if he happens to tug his line a fraction. And obviously, if he floats it out too high and you miss, then so be it. But there's definitely results there if he manages to get to the middle of Scotty's bowl. Jess will be doing everything in her power to just put another bowl in the head, so limit Todd's options to make that number.
Yeah, he's already said his stall out is going to be aggressive from N1.
Yeah.
Called Tash on some pretty aggressive shots.
CJ over there played a very good shot to get one. Landed a back hopper. She looks like she's in the mix. I
know, we might have to get the old stalwart Johnny Snell out the way of the camera. I don't think he's been on too many live streams in Pennant in his time.
That's alright. Well, we'll give him a word when he's walking out. There's no chance he can see that far.
Just look back at the camera. That's the best reaction to a movement ever.
Well, it looks like we'll just have to lift our commentary game. We'll have to really talk the bowling.
Describe it via the body of John Snell.
Yeah.
So there's still a shot there to make a couple more.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I think if he lands it on the fat side, he's probably more than likely going to hang around too. So he can make 3 or 4 here instead of 1 or whatever it is. He'll definitely be going for it, that's for sure.
Does he like it?
Oh, you hear a bit of noise from Todd if he's close.
It's a bit high with that weight he's got there. It's alright, first end, warming up.
Yeah, it gives you a look at it. Line's not always easy. Oh, good shot by Dylan Benwell on the far ring.
We talked about this the other day. How good would it be? And obviously we couldn't do it in an outdoor venue, but an indoor venue where you had a roaming camera. So when you say that, it's just bowled a bomb over there. We can just put that clip up from that rink over.
Need a spider cam.
I know. We're getting there. I think streaming has come so far in a short amount of time for the sport of bowls.
It'll definitely help the outreach of it too, because you don't have to actually play bowls to find a way to come across these, even if you're just a family friend wanting to watch a mate, and then word can spread and whatever it may be. Obviously it's going to take time to get a more significant following, but they're definitely the right steps in that direction. And I've heard indoor facilities are looking at having almost every rink that they make have the capability to be live streamed. So
there's some talks of that for sure with some of these new facilities. Just she wasn't far away with that then.
She's got a very, very much textbook delivery. So even when things are a little bit tricky, she can fall back on that, and she's always finds a way to be in the mix. Won't always be your night, but she's always thereabouts.
Right, one.
Lockie Sims wants to know if Curtis got a tattoo. He definitely did. He's not going to reply, but he certainly did.
His arms his chest too sore.
Yeah, he in his words, he doesn't hit the gym for nothing. Old mate Pipes handling over there.
Right, Scotty had a couple of crackers last end. See if he can go again. He's got a pretty compact delivery as well.
Kurt's flexing his pipes because he can hear us talking about him over there.
Yeah, first start again.
He'll do that all night if he finds rhythm. So danger signs early. Scott Mix, they call him.
He's always got a smile on his face.
Oh, you take bowls out of it, he's still a ripper human.
Radio urging the bowl to stop.
They are interesting bowls, those speckles.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss bowls, but I'm not a fan.
That's fair enough. He's embracing his Irish heritage there with the orange and green speckles with the white running surface.
Right, got it on the changeover.
Yeah, good speed.
2 rippers again.
Well played, Scott.
That's a clinic of leading for 2 ends so far.
You should watch this closely, Jimmy.
Pick up all the learnings.
Yeah. You're a very versatile man, chatting about and adding all the scores in.
If I ever go quiet or I stop mid-sentence, it's because I'm trying to work out what the scores are on the scoreboard. That's my tell.
No, you're doing well. I'm too busy deer in the headlights looking at every ring.
You ease into it.
Yeah.
I remember when Spurry first came on, he was dead nervous for his first.
Spurry?
Yeah,
nervous?
He was extremely nervous.
You've got to be kidding.
I had to give him a bit of a pep talk before.
Nah, Brett Spurry's the most confident man in the world. He's not. You ask him, he's not bad at anything. He would love every second of this live stream.
No, he was fantastic. Yeah, he actually came into a game here as well. Clayton Croydon, I think it was.
Oh, yeah? No, he'd be good on commentary. Someone who's been there, done that, wealth of experience.
Yeah. Well, the front end going good so far for Clayton. Early doors. Johnny Snell trying to find his range. You can sort of see how sticky the green is, for want of a better word. He didn't get a lot of turn off that ball there.
Yeah. By all reports, rink 2 is the trickiest of the 4 that they play on as well. So
that's someone else Brett Spur would know all about.
Yeah.
He was paying $1.01 to reply to what I said about him being nervous.
Oh,
sure enough, he's there.
And there he is, Brett Spur. Spare me, Jimmy. Come on, Brett. You got better things to do than listen to us talk some crap. Surely.
Right. Pretty much perfect weight last bowl, John Snell.
Spurry nervous on the live stream. He's never nervous about anything.
Right, he's definitely on a narrower line with this bowl. There's a fair chance of making something happen.
Looks like CJ's played a good bowl over there as well.
Oh,
Snelly,
Johnny
great shot, Snelly.
Superb.
Even if he's unlucky and he's still 1 down, it changes the whole dynamic of the head.
Yeah, I called Tashi's bowls wrong earlier, so apologies. She's playing with Taylor's.
Taylor's?
Yeah, she's part of the Taylor team. They are a different looking bowl. I think bowl comes careering over.
The first time I saw the 50-50 bowl was Chris Green from Tarrant Point.
Oh yeah,
back when I played here. It seems like forever ago. Barry Lester was here, and yeah, Greenie did come in, and he was using the half bowls, and they weren't straight line though. They had like
wobble.
They were zigzag. So even when he gets them out silk, for old money, you could have swore they were wobbling.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Got no idea at the best of times, let alone looking at that.
I think it's the green of these bowls of Tashi's that they're just very. I think the green stands out so much.
You're going to say it's very green?
Yeah, I was.
It's a very green.
It's a lime green almost.
Yes. Yeah, I suppose it's not a bad colour when you're repping Clayton, though. So.
Nah. Right, see Rod coming on the forehand. He's got room around that front bowl. It'd be interesting to see if the bowl fights back from there. Not a stack.
He's got the speed anyway. Needs to dig in a lot.
Yeah. I think she was good on her pace in her last. Was Tash? She's definitely lower down the line.
Yeah, she got enough though. I think she might have taken back.
Yeah,
too
she's
much.
gone the other way, and she had the right line.
That'll be another thing. This sun will disappear really
Correct.
quick, and therefore the green from the roll up even, and then the first few ends will slow up drastically. So it'll be a bit of an adjustment from the start. So,
as you say, turning up with no jacket, mate.
Me? No, I'm not cold. Mate, redheads, we have like a different sort of insulation. I think, is that what, 4th shot? It's probably 4th shot, and even that makes a massive difference, and that plant may potentially line up. It's hard to tell. But if it does, it gives them the luxury of reaching to change the head up. But we'll see what Todd does with his first either way.
How good's bowls? Look at that shot on the screen now. Jess Wallace in the middle of two experienced, very accomplished bowlers, and she's skipping and they're chipping in with a bit of advice. It's definitely a team sport. It's good to see the different generations.
Doesn't matter what demographic you're from, you're welcome. It's always been a good thing about bowls, even when you're a real young tucky, you're obviously dealing with people, whether it be your age or to the ripe old ages.
Yeah, just a couple of feet short again from Todd.
Well, Curtis Hanley's chimed in before with the needing of a roaming Brian. Well, we have you here in attendance.
Yeah.
So if you want to wander over here, we'll give you a microphone and you can interview the players whilst they're bowling. See if they like it.
That'll be next. We'll have to mock someone up next. We actually tried some at brand new today at the over 60s finals,
yep.
live scoring. So the card is essentially on your phone through an app, and I just sat on the side and was plugging in the scores as they came. And
very good.
It was.
I don't think it'd off-put. Obviously, it depends on just how bulky like the mic setup and all that is, but I don't think it'd be too bad if you're clipping one to your shirt. And most players, like if you're playing third or skip, you've normally got something in your pocket, whether it be a measure or a spray chalk. So it might not put you off too much if you're wandering around with one. So if someone's willing to give it a crack, it'd probably be real insightful. But the only other thing is there might be expletives at particular times, so that might be a little bit hazy.
So apparently the go with World Bowls ignored the request for the technology for the live scoring, so I'm imagining the marks had fallen into that, but they've been re-asked again to look at it, and it could possibly become a thing in Australia before it becomes a thing anywhere else. Todd's close here, mate. It's a ripper.
Great shot by Todd. Great shot.
Makes it 2 as well.
Makes their one bowl potentially vulnerable again too, because it's the jack moving off to the side. It sort of stands out a little bit. If Jess was to try and play something, because obviously Todd doesn't have another one, so if she was to... She's got to be careful though. She can't afford to take her own out.
Yeah. So the skip for Lilydale is Jess Wallace, state representative for Victoria. She's won a few state titles down here, singles. She's won the Oz singles as well. Very, very accomplished bowler.
Been around the block. None of this chatter, noise, or
she's
back just up against little phaser. She's real calm and collected.
Always smiling as well.
Certainly is.
You're right with the delivery. It's very just compact.
Well, that's it. When the going gets tough, if you've got a sound delivery to fall back on, it can get you out of trouble a lot.
I'm going to send our marketing manager over to Mr. the legend John Snell, because he's just stepped in front of the camera. So Todd makes 2, did he make then?
I believe so.
I looked down to send the message.
I believe it was 2, yeah.
Pretty
have
solid
to wait and
start.
see for him to flick over the scoreboard.
Yeah, pretty solid start across the rinks for Clayton.
Yeah, they're under the pump early in the mix on
Couple of
Ali's rink. Yeah, they've Jack's been trailed early and they've got touches near the ditch and it's surrounded, and appears that Lilydale got nothing anywhere near it. So there's going to be some ends across the board where you'd think Clayton, being the stronger team, will really put Lilydale under the pump, and they'll have to, whether it be their back end players or one-offs from front end players who have been around, they'll have to get him out of trouble a bit to give him a bit of a chance.
Yeah, Raddy just taking a few ends to find his range.
I mean, I dare say the fact that he's on the heavier side of things at the moment will serve him well when the green really starts to grip up a bit.
Yeah. There you go. Skilt's confirming that the other Wallace, someone's asked that a couple of times, is Jesse's partner.
We're not allowed to say better half.
Let's see if Rowdy can adjust his weight. He needs to finish off here.
Not a mile off. It might appear that it's a distance away on the live stream, but it's second shot and it's actually not that far away from being handy.
That's why I like playing with you, Skilt. You're always positive. I'd see that as a bad bowl, but you
mate,
go, nah, it's all good.
I remember even resorting all the way back to juniors. There was he's since passed away, but there was a guy named Jeff Kelly, and one of his biggest things was it doesn't matter what's going on, you can always turn something that, sometimes it's harder than others, but something that may not be that good, but you can just turn it into a positive, and regardless of whether or not you need it to be a positive, and whether or not you actually think it is, it can do the person you say it to a world of good, or the people around you a world of good, because it can cloud other people's minds if they're worried about someone on another rink that's struggling, but you go, no, it's all good, mate, you're in the mix, and everyone sort of lifts to that sort of environment. Some
pretty sage advice there, mate. John Snell's weight has been pretty impeccable.
If he starts to find his line, could be dangerous for him.
Yeah.
It's a good shot coming in, Bob. Yeah, good shot.
He's had a good start as well.
Certainly has. I've got to comment quickly on those shoes. They are something else.
Yeah,
he looks like he should be playing basketball for the Boomers, even though he's shorter than me. And I'm 5 foot nothing.
But they're flat on the bottom.
Yeah, well, that's all they have to be. And I suppose they're Clayton colours, but they definitely look like Paddy Mills should be wearing them.
John Snell. Just dipping at the end, but a very good second shot. Yeah, the ladder's quite split in this Premier League, Barb. So there's 7 teams sort of chasing the 4 spots for finals, and a pack trying to avoid the relegation. Lilydale are in that pack towards the bottom, and Clayton are just above them, but in the pack above. Quite a few wins in front. So, look,
it's a good shot by Tash there.
Clayton will definitely see this as a game that they think they should be winning, but I think Lilydale will be plucky here and push them to the wire. Chance for Rod. They're starting to build a decent head here, Clayton. There's only the one bowler John Snell's in for Lilydale, so he's going to want to give it a friend.
You just look across the board quickly. A 12-1 start for Clayton is... It's perfect, really. When you're playing a team that's sort of beneath you on the ladder, you really want to do everything that you can to, I suppose, break their backs early. So if you can get them with their head in their hands, it can end up being a very, very strong night for you. So the fact 12-1 that's a massive jump to start.
Yeah. There's a few of these Lilydale players just looking across the green, sort of struggling with their weight early. So they did... They were here in numbers having a roll earlier before, but just sort of haven't jumped straight on yet.
It's always the benefit of the home green where a roll up, just the little things. As soon as heads start to build up, having a roll may not quite do everything for you. She's in the mix there.
Yeah, I
think that might be 2.
Yeah, it's a good bowl. Rod's going to really want to get one in here. He's on a tighter line.
Should give a plug to the fact that Nico's wearing a big
BB
state hat for the over 60s. I think he's won the Shield with in the
they go good
a few times. Yeah, he's
over 60s.
He's played a fair few times.
So with a few of them all this week at the.
Daniel Woodrow ripped a fair few out on the end rink for one when he was under the pump. Good shot by Daniel.
Big tall figure.
He's a mammoth of a man.
Right.
So if you're Todd here with one in the head, are you just trying to draw and potentially touch the jack?
Yeah,
I
think the touch of the jack.
Or are you trying to play down to the bowl?
I agree. The touch of the jack's the easier shot in my opinion, because if you miss, like he probably will here, you're going to sit Tash anyway. Yeah. He's probably just hit it one roll.
With another catcher in the pen.
He's probably just hit it with like the smallest margin of weight more than he wanted.
See, Jess has obviously got the quite open forehand here, but it appears as if everyone's sort of not quite nailed the line out there. If she wants to play the backhand, even turn Snelly up, and if she's got results, if she misses tight, or she go the open draw. She's going to go the open draw.
Yeah, I like that call actually. I think there's not a lot of balls been played down that hand yet though, so maybe
it could be tough. I haven't really noticed. So, but sometimes some people prefer to play the percentages, so that way, even if you're not quite perfect, it gives you a chance to score.
She's not happy with that. She's shaking her head at it. It's kind of missing a bit of both.
When you're down, it's always one of those, the age-old saying, you've got to be up when you're down. And she obviously floated it out a little bit high as well. So
looks a different bloke next door, Ali Forsyth, without his little beard. He's shaved it all off.
Yeah, whenever he plays the BPL and he's on telly, he changes it up. So if you notice, he goes the handlebar stash. So we got the Chopper Reed look almost. Todd went the bowl. Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with that. He didn't give himself a chance to land the bowl or trail, being short.
Well, I think the jack was the better shot.
Oh, regardless of that, he might have just missed his line. If he's got an extra 4 foot away, he could hold to the jack line and get the trail that he wanted.
Better line by Jess.
She's in the mix here. She's got to get down a bit. It's a good
great effort.
Wonder if she's done enough to make it one.
Might have jacked second shot. Sort of get a reaction.
Definitely going to take the shot bowl out. Yeah, just the one. Yeah, that's a good shot by Jess. Giving herself a chance.
That'll give her some confidence as well. She can build from there.
Yeah, you play percentages. I do think Todd, particularly with the aggressive game style that he's got, will be ruin the fact that he wasn't more positive into that.
I agree with you on that.
And he scores a good score though. So 4-0 start for Todd's rink. And a very strong 14-2 start for Clayton.
The wind is not warm. Fair start again by Scotty. If you can just finish a bit on that brown stuff.
Oh, he's done the old turtle, falling on his shoal.
Right, Rowdy. He's got a strange delivery, the way he swings that ball there.
Oh, see, when you see he gets him out, it's actually textbook though. It's just the setup.
It's the pre-routine.
Yeah, it's the setup. But I suppose you have a look at a few people's pre-routines, and they're some quality players. Like we played one on the weekend, Ben Twist. He's got one of the more out there setups, but when he's going good, you definitely know about it.
Yeah. I seen Nick Dorr from Heathmont today. He just won the over 60s pairs.
Yep.
He's got one of the strangest deliveries. I'm sure he won't mind me saying that either. He does some weird stuff, but he gets them away.
Oh yeah, there was someone. The Yarraville player the other week was it Kospowicz. He's got one.
He does.
He's got, and he's not afraid to change up how he delivers it either, though.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah, but there are definitely some interesting deliveries out there. But ultimately, if you get them away good,
that's all that matters.
It's all on you. You have a look at other sports like Jim Furyk has one of the ugliest golf swings, but man, he can hit a ball.
Good response by Rowdy here.
It's a good shot there, Rowdy.
Shot.
Well played.
Good clinic of front end so far. It's one of the...
It is tricky. There is a bit of a breeze too, and the green's going to be changing speed until the lights really take.
Yeah, it's that sort of awkward time where there's no dominant light.
Yeah, the twilight. You got Josh Sanders, typical, absolutely stalking his bowl a few rings over.
Did you see his reactions to winning the...
Yeah, I certainly did.
It must fired up.
It must have meant a lot to him. Give us your thoughts on the Blue Boys. I mean, I wish Sam Walsh wasn't injured because in footy a good start to the season can certainly help. But top 4, I think that's optimistic. I'll happily take finals. It's been a while.
He was telling me you were pegged in to win the whole thing earlier.
Were we? So he's dialed back to top 4 because while she's injured, has he? Well, I mean, look.
It's changed in a matter of me driving from Bendigo to here.
you have a look, though. And, you know, obviously the Doggies won from 6 or 7 years ago. And Melbourne, they might have made that prelim a few years ago, but they went straight out of the 8. Then first year back in the 8. Obviously, they finished real high and won the flag, and it was massive for them. So I think the AFL's at a point at the moment where it's anyone can almost beat anybody. You just never really know. There might be consistent home and away teams, but a team's best, they're every chance. Sorry, I think commenting on the rink over there, I think Josh has just got an almighty result off a short bowl and trailed the jack for a few and snap it.
John Snell doubling up for Lilydale here, drawing in a second.
There's the weight control that you spoke about earlier, paying dividends for Snelly.
Yeah, he's been pretty on it. Tashi's quick on the mat. She's straight up and straight at it.
No messing about her.
She's close.
Good shot here. You get rewarded for good weight on nights like these.
Yeah.
Because if the pace and the lines can be tricky, if you've got good weight control. Yeah.
Josh did get a result in a couple of rinks over. You can see.
Got about an 8-foot wick to trail a jack for 3, and old mate Sauce isn't the happiest man in the world, but that's all right. He's
pretty easy to read, Dylan, when he's frustrated. He doesn't hold it particularly well.
There's something about fiery redheads.
He's seething over there, I reckon. That's the word I'd use.
Yeah, there is no eye contact of anybody.
There's a few of them in this Clayton side. Ali doesn't hide his frustration particularly well.
No, he certainly doesn't. But at the end of the day, like sometimes it can be,
it
can be a big weapon, because sometimes you need that to put a little bit of fire in the belly, and all of a sudden you can really swing momentum.
Ooh. Try to walk in for shot after.
Even nice guys like you, Jimmy, can get fired up, and all of a sudden the next bowl you put down, you just refuse to miss.
Yeah.
You know, one of the nicest men in bowls.
Me?
Self-proclaimed, of course.
Oh, yeah. Tonight I'm up in it's been a long day today. Feeling it. But I have a day off from bowls tomorrow, which...
That's a good shot by Nico. Sorry.
Yeah, another one in the head for him.
Yeah. You got it's probably the first head that's been mixed up for Jess, where she hasn't been one in it.
Chasing, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously it looks as if
there's a huge...
pretty close for the shot, I don't know.
There's a huge trail on the forehand for her if she can get it down to where John Starr's bowler's over the side, but...
I think it's... Yeah, I think it's mixed in amongst... is that Tasha's bowl and Scotty's bowl, I think. I think she'd have to get it up the line for a few, though. You could be right. Tugged this one a little bit, I think.
It's going up and out.
Wonder if halving that bowl out makes the draw shot just a fraction trickier for Jess. It can be hard trusting a green to get back and throwing it out as if a bowl's not there, and you can find yourself throwing it out to avoid it, and then you get stuck in no man's land.
Yeah. Especially on a night like this where the green's starting to slightly change.
Lilydale must have had a pick-up on the rink against Ali as well. 2-3 now in Lilydale's favour. So that's what we were saying before, that you said they might get a little bit plucky. Well, couple ends in a row, and all of a sudden they've scored six shots or whatever it is.
Yeah, the
halves that lead. Even though it's early, it can make a big difference for confidence moving forward.
I don't think he's getting back there from there for Jess.
And his speed's not quite there too. Not a mile off though. It's a good look for her for her next one. That's one of the most interesting nicknames that they've got here, Brecky for Hayden Day. I wonder why they call him Brecky.
He's turned up with his family, I think. His kids running about in the background.
Old mate Chippy Nathan Lewis was wondering where he can get a pair of those LeBrons. I doubt LeBron wears green and gold, but go to your closest Foot Locker and you might find them. Chip.
Alright, so if Jess can correct from this. She's not got a lot to do from it.
She's also got nothing to lose, I don't think, here. I'm not 100% sure if she's holding, but it's a good opportunity to give yourself a red-hot crack.
I'd say Rod's is the closest to one.
It's a speed just letting her down again, because she did appear to have fixed it. It's a very similar track, actually.
Two to Lilydale.
There you
so
go.
they're off the mark on this rink. It was a tough head to work out who had shot in there. And I like
It's a good hole. They all seemed for us sort of equal distance away, but
it's tough to call from on the side of a green. It's very
that's
tough,
also
especially
true.
when you're only slightly. We're not at standing level, which we're used to looking at header.
We
either.
need the old Channel 2 coverage of the bowls where they'd put the overhead
circles.
camera in the
Yeah, the
circles.
circles, yeah.
That used to be gold.
That's what I remember growing up watching bowls back in the day. Was
Yeah.
them little circles.
I remember being 14 and loving watching Australian Open replays and stuff like that back when I was a bit more of a battler than I am now. I say a bit more because obviously I still battle.
Mate, you're on heat at the moment.
No, please don't say that.
You are.
No.
I'll bar one game, but that's.
Do you know how much I'll cop it now? We keep that real hush hush, even if it's true or not.
Alright, I won't mention it again. Hopefully,
You've said enough.
Ripper start by Rowdy. Ripper start.
Yeah, see that it could be like the greens changing pace, slowing up. So that fact that he was missing in the right areas, which is a big thing when you're leading in Premier League, and the jacks more often than not, going to move. You can always. It's much easier to correct backwards than forwards, they say.
It's a fair reply in the game. Sort of lead
It's a great
bowl.
place to miss.
Correct.
For Scotty.
It's not really a miss, is it? It's a fair lead bowl anyway. Like
Of course, but it's that that missing in the right areas. It can be an absolute game changer because obviously most Premier League sides are going to have a relatively established or quality back end where if you give them the opportunity, whether it be more often than not or 50% of the time, they can convert. And if you've got stuff in the way to either junk it up or make it just that bit harder, it can be a difference maker. So Scotty builds a head up. Obviously they've got a side toucher, but if Scotty gives them two, then all of a sudden they can get on the attack straight away.
Close here, mate.
He's going to halve it.
But again, he's there to
Gets
receive.
a little bit unlucky, but he's missed on the right side now to where the jack will go. So that's just great leading. You watching, Jimmy? I hope you are.
I am. I was laughing at Sammy's comment. Looks like the new range of Bowl Jordans. There's a market for that. Someone jump on it.
I was a world champion when I was 14, Justine. I definitely remember. Except I think it was in Ricky Ponting 2005 cricket on PlayStation. No, not even remotely on a bowls green.
If John Snell, it's a fair effort. He just wanted to be a foot further down the line.
I dare say that's given him a nice little
frame on the shot.
Yeah,
but he's still going forward.
Sticking on the fat side. There you go. And, thanks for the explanation. I didn't know that brekkie was short for breakfast, Ben. Would never have picked that. But there you go. 3 breakfasts before bowls and a coffee. There you go. Oh, Josh has played a good shot there.
He's fired up and about tonight, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, when's he not?
Yeah, it's true. If anyone deserves a nickname breakfast, it should be Nugget Matty Young.
Bryce's brother.
I've never seen a worse pre-game breakfast for a game of bowls than Matty Young. He jumps on these streams fairly often, so I hope he's watching.
He doesn't.
I reckon one game on a Saturday I saw him do 3 dim sims and 4 potato cakes for a game of bowls, and I'm talking 10:30 in the morning.
He doesn't just pick at him either. He deletes food. I think that's the term you sort of have to use. He absolutely deletes it. Wouldn't touch the sides. Yeah, we go to breakfast at Little Bird, and you obviously get your big whiz bang meal, but then you'll get a side of chips, and then you'll steal other people's food that's leftovers. He's a weapon at it. I think to our return serve, Dylan over there on the other ink has gotten he hit a drive of about an 8-foot short bowl, rolled up and got the shot. So sources all of a sudden he's happy again. There you go. The world's paying you back with some luck, mate.
Bob, if I was you, because I'm never going to do John Snell
Nico's
justice.
In the area here, is he too tight?
A bit tall. I'm never going to do his career justice
there you go.
and all he's won, but he has represented Australia amongst a stack of other titles he's won. Stick his name into Google, spend 5 minutes and educate yourself on how good he is.
You have to say is, don't you? Because you can't say was, because obviously he's still going.
He's a living legend of the game.
It may not be to the level that it once was, but the fact that he's still playing Premier League and all that after years and years and years is amazing. And he gives back to the game a lot too.
Oh,
because he does the refurbishments of old bowls and stuff like that and gives them out.
Them on,
yeah, so he does obviously the game of bowls has probably given him a lot, but he's also given the game of bowls a lot, and you need those sorts of people to help promote the game, but even transition it into younger generations. And if they can be even remotely like him as people, then they're going on their way to being pretty good.
It's a fair comment just come in there that we haven't bigged him up yet from Sam Clough. Dylan Benwell, the footy umpire.
Yes, he certainly is.
He's one of the AFL goal umpires.
Yeah, I'm apparently his twin. Yeah, I've back in the day when I played here, he was my first ever Premier League skipper, and that whole day I got called Mini Benny.
Really?
The whole day.
Must
She's
be
close.
It's a good great ball by Tash.
By Tash, yeah.
Must be your matchstick look skills.
Matchstick, you reckon? Oh, this fire's not going to burn out, though, I tell you. I'll be red till I die. It's a great shot by Tash. She's been in the mix with the little workers. She started well. Obviously playing with Todd, the fact that she's got a very aggressive game is perfect, so they'll bounce off each other, I think. Again, Jess doesn't seem phased that they've just played a good shot. She'll go down and
start again.
Yeah, that's it. Been around the block. Good to see that Snapper's smiling again. He got a result. Well done, Sauce.
He picks up one.
All of a sudden, we're talking about that 13 or 14 shot lead to Clayton. It's all of a sudden
pegged it back.
Yeah.
An early push by Lilydale to get back in.
Hangs her bowl out there. Nailed her line, so if she can adjust back, she's in good stead.
I don't know, he's got shot here again. It's sort of, I'm going to say Scotty's bowl.
Yeah,
the white and red one.
I think it would be. It's a tricky one. It is hard to tell from here.
I'm going to leave you in charge for a minute or two, Skilts.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Quickly go and say hello to someone. I can tag Curtis in. He can come and have a quick chat with him.
Have a chat, Kurt? Yeah, come on, mate. I dare say we're lucky enough to be joined by Pipes Hanley now, another very well-established bowler himself. How are you, Kurt? What's going on, mate? Yeah, just come for a little gander of bowls, have we?
What's been the story so far, brother?
Story so far? Well, it's just been the aggressive game style of Clayton. They've obviously, until this end, I suppose, they had, and the last end, they'd beaten Lilydale to the jack. So Clayton seemed to be putting more bowls in the area to give their back end the chances. But if they give Lilydale that chance to get some confidence up, they'll start getting close, and then it'll be a good tussle from there on out. Todd seems interested. Yeah, he still seems interested. It's a good shot there by Todd. Well played. It's a very good shot. Heard someone in the crowd call him a movie star. Not sure what movie he'd be in, but it was a good shot all the same. While you're with us, obviously the game has started, but what was your prediction before the game?
I think Clayton are pretty hard to beat on their home deck, especially with what's running at the moment. They can put plenty of bowls down on the surface, so yeah, I probably would have took the Snakes.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like they're keeping their straps aside early on in the piece. Have I not been on?
You're on now, mate.
Yeah, sick.
I think they might have caught glimpses of it from my mic, but it's alright.
It's probably doing the viewers a favour there.
I didn't realise it had even been slid down.
I swear Jimmy slid it back up before he left, but
yeah, that's alright. We must have just assumed that I was going to do it.
No stress.
Strung a couple ends together on the far rink for Lilydale too, so all the rinks that had that 4 zips and 5 zip starts are starting to string a few ones together. That's where it's got to start.
Yeah, you see that happening a lot, especially with away teams coming to a new surface. It takes them 4 or 5 ends to acclimatise to it, but once both sides find the weight, it's game on.
Yeah, even with that new rule in the Premier League this year, where you can go to an opposition club and have a roll before the game. It's funny how, whilst it of course it's going to help, it actually doesn't make a world of difference. the home side's always seeming to have the better side of advantage, because obviously there are going to be tricks and stuff which you pick up from playing week in, week out, whether it hangs here or rips a little bit through another spot, and it can take a little bit for away sides to pick up on that, because unfortunately we don't get the luxury of having a really, really good green to play on all the time.
Unless you live 3 hours away and you have to train.
Yeah, that's you, mate. That's your own plug right there. You get to train on the best greens and then come and play on these.
Yeah, shout out Cobram Bowls Club if anyone's watching from there.
I think
it's the best greens going around.
Dane Gadel wouldn't mind that shout out, mate. Your mate from Cobram.
Yeah,
he's a local.
He'll probably be tuning in.
I think Jimmy's probably loving not having to do some work for a change too. He's just having a gander and relax.
Sub him on the pine. He's off for 2 seconds and we already mess up the mic once, so. Amateur hour. Anyway.
When am I playing with AFB again, Brian? I'm actually not sure when I'll be playing with AFB again. I think he's taken some time away from bowls at the minute, and I think he's been pretty busy with work, obviously, because he works for himself. So whenever he wants to venture on back in the bowls world, I've got a lot of time for AFB because he's a great human, and obviously he's not too bad of a player as well.
Sam says hi. How are you? I'm good, mate. Long time no see. It's been a while since we've crossed paths. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm having a good night watching the bowls. It's good.
They've always got a little bit of atmosphere here at Clayton, because obviously they got their Friday night raffle, and then people will come in and watch afterwards. Got a good head building up here for Lilydale. You've got Rout, he's got the 2 bowls in front of the jack, so that means that the jack's pretty well hidden on a green that seems to be relatively chicky. So if John plays a good shot here, it can make it real hard, which he has done.
Yeah, it's another good bowl there.
No bigger target too.
Could make the target any bigger.
As a skip, you'd love that. No target. Especially when you're playing
against. Yeah, exactly right.
He's definitely not afraid to use his. He's very well equipped with a pretty hammering drive. How's this for a bowl? Wouldn't clear. What a shot!
What a shot this is.
That's a great shot.
Great shot.
Totally changed the dynamic in the end. It's great. Great change over by the 2 there to give the back end a better chance for Clayton.
He's had to play the hard weight and he's played it really well.
Even in the Paddy Mills shoes, they are 100% boomers. See what old mates Nelly can do here. I think he's just tugged his line just a fraction. Yeah.
That's opened up as well.
Opened it up now too. Yeah, that's probably the last thing that they wanted.
No one Tash should be licking her lips at this.
Yeah, she's come
Puts
up
it on her Wheaties in the mornings. Shots like these.
Come up to have a look as well, just get a better gauge of what's going on. I doubt she'll be short. She's played the positive shots to turn the head over as well so far. Even in the few ends that we've seen, she's been getting them. So,
what do you think of the bowls?
They're tricky. I mean, you'd want to hope that you've got a really good delivery, because if you wobbled them, you'd know about it.
At least you know you're never going to play a wrong bias in your life. You'd want to hope.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, if she's played the right speed to stay up, she'll love it. If she's just stayed up, and that's a massive difference. You can't see it on the camera there, but the fact that she stayed up, if this jack happens to go straight back somehow, appears as if CJ's playing some weight on rink 3. It appears like he's missed. I'm not sure what he's down there, but it looks as if Clayton have a few.
Gee, the amount of Friday night games I've been to here, and it's never warm, is it?
No, you are correct.
Middle of summer, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
it's always freezing.
Been having some hot weather down here, and all of a sudden the temperature changes. It's windy. Interested to see what the number was that picked up on Ali's rink over there. Oh, I doubt Tash will miss twice. See how she goes. Oh, she grimaced at it. Nah, she's not happy.
Not happy with it.
again, if she's played the right weight and she stays up, it's a positive result for Todd to some degree. She has. Yep.
That's classy. Classy weight control.
Todd has got a massive smile on his face, so at least if the fact that she's missed and she's missed past gives Todd the luxury of being able to play pretty much whatever weight he wants. What's Nico doing here? Oh, it would have been pretty close if he misses that one. It's unfortunate for Lilydale. Another bowl in the head, but however, it's changed up the angles of the front bowls.
Wonder if that Canada the shot bowl gets any piece of the jack.
Yeah.
Close to it. Probably make his mind up whether to play the hard weight, try and swing for it, or just belly the front one.
Yeah, play the old get it weight, because they've got the result here where if Todd misses playing for the cannon at the front, he might actually be able to get Rowdy's other bowl.
Yeah.
So if he gets Rowdy's bowl that's not the shot, it can leave him one in it. One in amongst 5, which is pretty significant, particularly with Jess having a hard head to try and get into.
Electing to go big here. It's close. Oh, it's a good effort.
He feathered the front one instead of... He liked it, obviously. Got it away good, and obviously, I mean...
Playing an inch tighter, he could have cleared to get both.
I mean, we have to give him credit. It's a great shot regardless. We'll just get Jimmy to quickly come back and adjust the scoreboard for you guys, because I got no idea. However, he with that shot of Todd's, he has opened up that again, so it'll be interesting to see what Jess does. I think she's surely just trying to get another one in there, or because I think a couple of Todd's bowls got removed, she could elect to try and get out the back, not necessarily all the way to Tash's ones, but just a little bit in between, in case the jack goes somewhere.
I think it all just depends on whether that cannon does get a piece of that jack. If it does, then it's certainly worth a cover for sure.
It might not, because she appears to be trying to draw close, and her weight looks a little bit shy. Yeah, and she's obviously a little bit high. It's alright though. We'll see what Todd's got with this one. Yeah, the first one he stroked pretty well. Would you, if you've just gone at that weight, but now you've got a nice open one, would you play the same, or would you dial it back to just try and get it?
I reckon I'd play the same. It looks like he's opened up that cannon to where if he does get that front one square, if it misses a jack, he could just get both bowls anyway. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he's lining up big. Got it away good.
Likes it. Yeah, got both bowls too.
Both bowls too. I mean, that's a pretty good shot. I'm actually surprised that...
not a lot of clapping going on, is there?
Yeah, I would have thought... Oh,
there
we go. There's some clapping. I thought that was a pretty good shot, but I think he might have got a few of theirs, so I don't know what the situation is. Is it just the one?
Looks like at least one to the white and red.
Yeah.
Are they having a look at both bowls here for a few?
Well, that's definitely an option. If you get both of them, it's what, 4 shots? Because they've got the only 4 that are anywhere near it, because Clayton have the back covered. But in saying that, how many times do you see results off hitting bowls that are short of the jack where you go through and collect it, and if you don't go with it and the jack goes straight back, you're dropping a 4?
Yeah.
So, oh no, sorry.
They're at the Picasso back there, Rowdy's bowl.
Yeah, that's Rowdy's bowl.
Yeah,
so
got hit back, so...
At worst 2, when it could already be 1 or 2. So do you risk the 1 off worst potentially for going for it?
I reckon it could be a 4-hand swing. I think even if she gets the shot bowl clean, makes 1 or 2. If she does get both, she gets both.
Looks like she's lining up 4 hands, so we'll find out pretty quick. I think that's a draw. Nico seems somewhat interested.
She's adjusted. She's got to get under her own. Oh, it's a good
It's
effort.
a good effort, yeah. Clear road, she does enough.
Alright, it's been a pleasure, ladies and gents, but I'm going to hand you back over to the man himself, Jimmy.
Mr. BV himself. Gazy is correct, Jack. Gazy.
Just don't make mistakes, mates.
Jack. Shout out to Jack Thomas. Go Gazy.
Was that a 1 to Clayton, was it? Sorry, I came in right at the end of that.
I believe so. It may have been a second at the front one, but Jess was in the mix, and Ali's plays a good shot there.
I'll wait for them to the board. I won't go guessing. Tash is using Taylor's Dylan. I believe they're SRVs.
I'm not sure if they were SR or SRVs. Do they
She's
still
falling good
make,
with
do
them,
they still
though.
make the SRs? Or are they only SRVs now? I don't even
question.
know. There you go. Oh, Mr. Wallace has played a good shot on the far rink, front noser.
I'm a Henselot man, and they are one of our partners, one of Bolswick's partners, a Henselot. They've gone through a big restructure, and some good things happening there, and obviously picked up the GOAT in the recent week. Alex Marshall signing, moving over from
I
there.
thought you were going to talk about Curtis Hanley. Yeah, no, I myself as well use them, must admit, and I bought them back in the day. I had Greenmaster Premiers, and if I didn't like them, I was going to give them the flick, but must admit the bowls do no wrong. It's only ever the user. So Henselot have always made a good bowl, and obviously Ali's another world champ. He's using them there, and got Joshy over there who's won a fair few things in his time. He's using some XGs.
Yeah, David, it's a very Victorian summer, this one. Everyone's in beanies and jackets and jeans, and except Skilton and Commentators,
t-shirt,
sitting in a fresh t-shirt.
Fantastic. We'll go to the beach. I'd get a tan in this light.
I'm sending over our marketing manager to tell the Lilydale front end to get out of the way.
Jess and Todd, you can tell, have been around. They're nice and out the way for us.
We've debated, and I'm open for
How's
some.
Rowdy going here, creeping up on it.
Yeah, fair effort.
It's a good shot.
We've debated internally and externally, but I'm open for some comments on the stream here if anyone's got any magnificent suggestions of ways to keep them out of the head. I think up in Queensland they put markers where they ask them not to stand over, but I think they just still do anyway sometimes. Yeah. Short of like an electric cattle prodder, I've got no sure-proof way of keeping the players out their head.
Pretty much. I mean, we should probably just have a good chat to them before the game starts.
I do.
Yeah, I know. I have no doubt that you do, but when you're in the moment, I must admit, like.
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it's a second thought though, obviously, because when you're in the moment, you're obviously focused on what you're doing at the time, and it's the second thought that you go, oh, hang on a minute, I've got to get away the mate. Clayton just starting to pull away again after Lilydale showed a little bit of fight. That end rink, Dylan Benwell up, I think it's 10-2.
Oh jeez, I can't quite say that scoreboard, hence why I haven't added it on.
I think got old mate Alpha in the way, but I believe it is 10-2 to Clayton.
Yeah, right.
Once can you see the 10-2 after 5 over there?
Correct.
Paul Murphy is creeping up here. Jack high, good weight. No, Brett, you didn't stand in front of the camera on Sunday. You certainly did not. But you do everything well, so. Nathan Murray giving himself a shout out about how he puts about a kilo of salt and pepper on his steak and absolutely destroys it.
Talking about people deleting food.
And not to mention, when he puts a kilo of pepper and salt on his steak, he also gets the thing cremated. So what's the point of even having it? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get many supporters for a well done steak.
No, he certainly won't. Not from me.
Right,
So that's my thoughts, Nathan. Thanks for chipping in. Hope that's what you wanted.
here's Tash. I'm sure she's enjoying her Friday night from New South Wales down in Victoria with a beanie and a hoodie on.
With the great weather. They've put on a good Melbourne night for her, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm sure part of she's going.
You feel
"What
back
is
home,
going-"
mate. This little
she's
breezy
perfect for
stuff. Yeah, back in England.
Doesn't mean I enjoy it, mate. Not going to disagree with Sam's comment. I'm sure there's a few women out there who would want to challenge her, or are good enough to challenge her, but she's a red hot form.
Someone else who's a pretty prominent figure in women's bowls is playing third in another rink. Just across, playing third for Dylan. She skipped when we played them the other week,
did.
but
Kelly
Kelly obviously plays singles for Canada, so I believe she was at a silver medal. I think she got at the last Com Games potentially. I'm not sure, but she's definitely been in the mix with international bowls, and
here goes Tash.
More than capable player. Great shot by Tash there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the BPL next week. I think I'm going to head up next. I think I'm up there next Thursday.
You'll be heavily involved, I imagine.
It's a BA thing, but I'll go up. I've got some meetings to have up there and see some people. And
yep.
I know who's coming last. I don't know who will win it, but
Are you gonna have a little jab at the Taswegians here?
No, I think Tassie will do quite well.
Who's going to finish last?
The Perth Scorchers, only because they're coached by Joshy Thornton. He's no good as a coach, I've been told.
Oh, how dare I say that you're going to have a crack at the Tassie?
No, I think Tassie will go alright. I think
there'll be a couple Sims brothers that are particularly happy that Tassie's getting a plug.
Who's in that side? It's Beck Van Ash, Taylor Mail, and
Sassy Taylor. He's won Premier League over here before with Essendon Bowls Club, and Tash is obviously rep for Australia. And who was the third? Sorry,
I don't know who the third player is. I'd have to have a look. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's been a busy week.
Obviously, the two that we've named are quality. Just floated out nice and high, that one. So
yeah, Jess has got some work to do again here.
Well, I think is she only the one down though? So she can afford to be positive, because if she happens to hit Snelly's one in the front, Rowdy's staying in the area, and obviously if she clears it, there could be a chance to land for 2 or 3. I'm not sure if the second one will count over the front bowls. She hasn't played that searching weight much yet. She's been really disciplined on the draw, but it appears like she's short again. Yeah.
John, get out the way. He's on fire.
I was getting ready to jump up. But,
I'd see you.
I was about to go for a quick dash, but Snelly made the move, which is good. Jess would be a little disappointed there, I reckon. Ooh. When you're when you're down, you got to reach. She's got to give herself a chance to land that bowl. And now that front one's there's no risk of her getting her own out. So if she gets back, she gets the shot. So I'll see how she goes here. She's definitely giving this one some extra mustard.
Jesus Christ, I'm going to lose it with a Lilydale lot.
How's she going here? She's played a great shot, Jess. You guys couldn't see it, but she's absolutely landed the middle of it. Well played. How many she make? 3. Great shot there by Jess, and that's a great pickup. Scores level on the rink, and that's just the sort of confidence boost you need sometimes.
I am waiting for what Clayton had last end. They didn't signal out to us. But Skilton is going to go over and have a bit of a word with the Lilydale front 3 players, because we're as frustrated as you are at home. Them stepping in front. You don't want to get on Skilton's bad side, so I'm sure he'll be ripping him a new one. Yeah, you'll have to believe us. It was a bomb, that one. What do you say?
Obviously he is a man who's given so much to the game. I'm obviously going to be as polite as possible, so I used a messenger. I got Nico to tell him that he keeps parking himself right in front.
Oh, Nico was guilty of that one.
Yeah. It is hard though when you're riding the bowl and you want to stand behind the line to see if it's arcing in right. But yeah, she did it perfect. Obviously she nailed the line with her first bowl, and that adjustment of weight, which is all she had to do. She's done it perfectly. So it was a great shot by Jess.
Short and length on this one. This is probably the shortest length we've played all night. So you can see a couple of balls been spooned.
That's how you know it's cold. Jess has pulled out the hand warmers at the back of the
really?
rink over there. The
right.
hand warmers. Have a look at her go.
Would you believe it is February in Melbourne?
Yeah, we are still in summer. And there's talks of, well, not talks of, but people want the bowl season to be extended into April.
As cold as it is.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it personally, but I think we're going to get cold weather regardless of when we play. That's just how Melbourne is.
Well, we normally have a washout a season, but I think it was only round 1 this year that was a bit...
Yeah, I know that we had to change greens that day. It's good leading by Scotty, being able to adjust, obviously, from that first bowl, which was a little bit further past. I think Ali's drawing in for another good number.
Well, he looks like he's on good form, Ali. Obviously, the rink next door, but he's starting...
I think if you have a look at the skippers table, he's in the top 3 or top 4, and I believe he's only lost 1 rink, and he has actually missed 1 or 2 games. Because I know he missed one of them with COVID. So, you add that one back in, he could very well be, only 1 loss for the year and at the top of the skippers table. But his drink's definitely been going good. He seems to have had Dave Ashby playing 3 for him for years. So obviously they've got a relatively good dynamic, but Ali's quality. So need to play a good shot here, Johnny. The head's just a little bit loose at this stage of it.
Yeah, we've definitely a shorter end this one.
Yeah, I think that was a tactical change by the Lilydale crew, as we could tell after they had their big pick-up last end, sorry.
Unlucky by John Snell there.
I'd still say that that's a positive change, getting second shot and giving yourselves a good clear run to the jack now, because it was hidden behind that bowl.
A pretty clear call by Todd Simmons as well. Get the toucher. Try and change the head.
10-5 over on that rink over there now. That was 10-2.
Yeah. Yeah, Daniel Woodrow picking up 3.
Nice close tussle with Josh and Dylan. Josh, as always, seems to be the hardest skipper at Lilydale to beat. Obviously, he's very well
Nico's close here,
there.
mate. Can he hold on? He can. Gets all of it as well.
Does he? Oh, I didn't quite follow through, and it might be trickier to get to now. Was a great shot though. Yeah, I think he's actually a little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah, I think he's still down. Yeah, well, he's still down.
And it's quite a hard bowl to get to now, and
they do have John Snells at the back, so they can attack.
And the Rowdy's bowl too. So it looks as if there's a positive shot on the forehand if you want to play up and under Rowdy's short one.
Possibly might want to get one more in the head.
I've definitely, yeah, true. You don't want to clip out that one if you happen to go real quick. I have heard Nico. So just.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a disagreement between Skip and Third here, mate. I've seen that happen many a times on the Saturdays I've played with you and Lola.
You reckon we disagree? We normally don't even speak, mate. We walk away from each other, and Lola does not tell me what to do unless he really has something. It's a great shot.
Yeah, real good shot by
Nico.
Great shot. So Jess originally called him just to come on the sort of forehand and get another one in the head. Nico went, I reckon I can do the same as my last. I'll get pretty close, and that's exactly what he's done.
That's what you were saying before. The experience of Snelly and Nico, who have been around for years. Obviously, Jess has played plenty of bowls and knows, but sometimes what your third is most confident in is the right shot, even if it's not exactly what you wanted. And Jess obviously didn't, argue back or anything. She's just gone, all right, if you like it, I'm more than confident for you to play it. Ooh. And that can, it instills a world of confidence in your three and can be real telling when they actually play the shot with conviction. Because if you're umming and ahhing about your shot, you can be your own worst enemy sometimes. I think the fact that there's that second bowl of Nico's in there now that
They can attack a bit more.
Yeah, so she's looking at it from the backhand's perspective, but if you pull it tight, that's probably the only way you can get the two Lilydale bowls. I think if she was to play quicker on the forehand, that the percentage to not only get the Lilydale bowls out is less, but she can pluck it out clean, no jack, and then potentially have a couple. And even if she gets the corner, you're a chance of getting both of their bowls if you go quick enough. But she likes the backhand, so I think she's going to play weight up to Nico's bowl just to turn it a couple rolls in for shot.
She's gone firm or floating a bit.
Doesn't want to block the head up. Oh, that's disastrous for the backhand shot, potentially.
Yeah, might go that forehand shot you call for them now. What are you doing if you're totted? You go for protection though, and she's probably going to... well, she definitely will be reaching.
I think you can... oh, you probably got the shot that he wanted Tash to play, I suppose. If he clears the front with the draw, you know, he's got another one in the mix, unless you're flying through. But I suppose the weight you'd need to play to get in there, if you hang high, you're missing in a good area.
He's going on his backhand. I'm not the best at calling left-handed shots. I get myself in a tangle.
That's why I said the same shot as Tash. And he's just tugged it a bit, but definitely hasn't made it any easier.
Nice.
But I think there is that forehand swinger to get that bowl out clean, and I think that's the
I agree with you.
Shot to play. But you know, she might elect to try and get back to it. Oh, there you go. Nico's calling her around the head. I
think that's an exceptionally tough shot on a green like this.
I tend to agree. But sometimes you play to your skip's capabilities. I'm not.
True.
We haven't seen Jess play a real. There has been some opportunities, but she hasn't played a overly heavily weighted shot yet. So maybe she prefers to play the slightly harder draw just because it's better suited to her. I am yet to see a rink meeting, Pud. Yet to see one. Maybe they can get you as the guru to have a chat to them in the off season about improving that, because I know the way that you conduct that Moonee Valley crew is just a sight to behold. Absolutely love it. Good shot by Kelly over there.
Yeah, she's always a vocal player as well. She's going well.
She definitely embraces the way that Premier League goes about it.
Todd just going a bit wide. That'll be one to Clayton that end.
So no, the old one and run. A bit of a loose end from the Clayton crew there. So the fact that they get out of it with the one is pretty positive for them. Just as it gets a fraction darker here again and the lights start to take hold of the green, we'll find that it'll probably slow up that fraction more now. So the green probably won't get overly slower than what it is at this point right now.
Oh, but they're always going across the rinks from Lilydale here. Trying to fight it hard. Yeah, next one that stands in front of the head, he's copping a spray, I reckon.
I mean, even if I got out of my chair, you might have to do it, Mr. BV.
Someone's copping a big spray.
Happiest man in lawn bowls is about to turn angry.
No. Let's take someone's head off.
You'll have to pull out the Green Street hooligans back from England those days. And
yeah, top of that, I'm just going to say to John Sal, can I borrow your stick for a second, mate? Start going ham on people.
That's great openers from Scotty. Might be just on the short side there, but definitely in the game.
The other thing as well is if for the viewers that haven't seen a live stream setup, we're on the side of the green, so sometimes it's easier for us to watch on the screen the ball coming in because we can track the line a hell of a lot better from behind the head on this camera shot that we've got now rather than the side of the green. So for us, it's just as frustrating because I can't call the ball. I can't see where the ball. We can't see where the ball's going. We don't know if it's online, offline, how the pace is good. So it's annoying all round.
Ali lining up to play some weight. Sorry, on the other rink as well.
Good job that Jack's back. I doesn't want to be flying out.
Yeah, you'll hear him make some noise if he's close.
That's a good ball by Panda, Paul Murphy. Why do you reckon they call him Panda?
Any bets as to guess as he has panda-like attributes. Probably the politest way to say it. Could be because pandas are nice, gentle souls. Who knows?
Yeah, he's a pretty gentle.
He seems like a bit of a gentle, happy-go-lucky guy.
Came over from Yarraville Footscray, him and his brother. Been here a couple of years. John Snell going a bit of an attacking bowl here. Just doesn't get down.
Gave it a crack. Played good two-weight. Obviously that was his first, so not only can he adjust back, but he was real close. So this is from tracking. If he just clears that bowl, he's going to go to he's so
good.
So even though he's a little bit heavy, it's actually it's one of those good misses, I suppose, because if the jack was always going to get trailed, so it means that they have to now trail the jack with the right sort of weight. If they overplay it, they've now got the backest bowl. Snelly doesn't appear to like it too much. He's probably thrown it out just a fraction too high. But he played lovely weight for this shot, so that's another bowl that's
it's collector,
zone.
And they can even play forehand at that now.
That's it. He's in the zone. Couple great bowls from Peter Studd on the far ring, just to put the Lilydale third, Leroy, on the under the pump. What can Tash do here?
Yeah, she probably wants to get there first.
I think she's floated out a bit high. She's not impressed. But that being said, look where she's missed though.
Yeah, he's always positive as well, Todd. With his
CJ's made a great shot to make two on the second ring. Sorry.
Zali launches a mat. You see, just coming through the shot at the back.
There you go. Oh, it looks like he's in the area. What's his weight like? Oh, it's just going on him. Okay.
Fair bit of wind knocking over there as well.
Yeah, I think it was more so his pace factor because he's wanting to trail it to the side, but Tash's first one again missing in the perfect spot to make that trail as hard as possible.
Daniel Woodrow's fighting back on the far ring, mate. He's picked another 3 up.
Oh, there you go. Correct. He's under the pump this end though. But that's it. They couldn't ask for much more. It seems as if the real difference is that rink of Alice at the moment. Lilydale's giving it a bit of a shake.
Tash likes this.
Gets on the back end of Scotty.
So probably
Lilydale probably need to play the trail, but also need to get one close here.
Yeah.
Because they've only got the one in the head.
He's definitely firm, and Nico, so he's going to hold up a bit more.
Yeah,
but he's going.
Won't be happy with that. I wonder, it's hard to tell from here and on the camera, but I wonder in relation to how many it is where Snelly's lays down, because if it could be 3, the 3 bowls short of the jack could be the shots, and Jess still has to get it.
Well, if they are, there's a bit of pressure on her. Again, we're on the side, so the angle is it's hard to tell.
If you're tied with Tash's bowl and the backest bowl, I think you're just trying to pump another one in there. Put her under the pump even more.
How's he going here, Todd?
He likes it. Speed looks good. Played a good shot. Just doesn't want to make it any bigger.
Good ball.
So that's the old good bowl with a sort of stiff result because he's just made the jack look 4 times bigger.
And judging by his reaction, then the way he said away, maybe they were holding them front bowls.
Well, I think it's probably gone from 3 to 3 because it's gone, but I think it's just more so the fact of the the backhand shot now for Jess looks, very, very nice.
Look at Kurt Hanley in the back there. Look behind his shoulder. You can see the live stream inside as well.
Yeah.
Look at it going on the big screen.
Just Daniel Woodrow was probably 3 or 4 down on the far rink, and he's just killed it with a great drive. So he continues his fight back well.
Right,
Jess playing the forehand.
land.
What's her weight like? Because she's definitely in the area.
Yeah, she's close here, mate.
Great shot here, Jess. What are you going
She's
to
get a
Jack?
result from it as well.
Great shot.
Oh, ripper ball. Well
Fantastic.
done. Over to Johnny Snell's behind. 5-shot turnaround.
Perfect. There you go. She plays that. I suppose you could call it the harder weight, and but when you're seeing them like that, she's played a couple good 2 ends in a row going in that direction. She's landed either bowl or jack. So
very, very good bowl that. I think Todd will swing at this.
Swing.
Like, go hard.
Definitely looks like he's lining up a lurker.
Oh, yeah, he probably didn't go as much pace as I thought he was going to go.
He likes it.
Oh, he's close, mate. He's got to clear that front bowl.
When's he going to rip, though?
No, he's ripping now.
I mean, he's a little bit unlucky because if he gets a clear road, he probably gets to the blue as well, but it's a hard shot to play. You could always just draw the open hand.
She's got to go forehand here, surely. She's probably wants to have a look at the head.
Yeah, she'll probably just be looking to potentially minimise risk, but forehand I think is the go, because unless she plays it ridiculously quick and hits the jack up the line, there's no real danger. Oh, good shot by Vicky over there.
They're starting to...
Johnny
They're
Sanders
starting
over
to
there.
fight in this Lilydale. They're in and around the game.
Well, you're certainly not going to get an ounce of quit from the 2 Sanders brothers. They are... Well, I can speak for Josh in particular. He's quite competitive, and obviously the man can bowl. So, him and Dylan are having a great hit out there at 7 apiece. And Johnny was under the pump there, being 3 or 4 down, and he's drawn a side hopper. What's Jess doing now? She seems to be tracking okay.
Chance for another 3 for Lilydale. They picked one up 2 ends ago.
Good shot here.
Yeah, she's gone good.
Great shot,
2 rippers by Jess.
That's 2 amazing bowls.
So she's they were 3 down when she came to the match. She turned it to 2 up and then drew the 3rd. So she's a 6-shot turnaround from when she went to go and get a bowl. That's 6 shots in 3 ends for Lilydale.
And if we're speaking of the, I hope Josh Renix is still here. We officially have a rink meeting. Josh.
Yes,
how
we do.
good is that?
Bit of a conference.
It's too far for Snelly to walk. Oh no, here he comes. So there's your first rink meeting, Josh, and obviously they've just got it, hit the front, and they're going to talk some tactics. I reckon it's good to see that.
I reckon we've had a few rink meetings. They've just been in front of our camera the whole time.
You could be right there. So what?
Unofficial rink meetings in front of the BV cameras.
So now all of a sudden we've got what was a massive jump by Clayton. He's really only Ali's rink holding him out.
Correct.
That's
8 shot. It's gone back to an 8-shot lead.
The difference is pretty much Ali's rink alone. So we'll see what fight that rink has, because the other 3 have clicked into gear.
And this is where I think a bit of leadership from someone in Lilydale, where you sort of go across the rink, you go, look, we're sort of 8 ends off halfway. If we can win 5 of them 8, and we're 2 or 3 down, we're...
Yeah, well, that's the odd break in the bowls game's 2-0 at end, so you can pretty much break it down into 4 quarters, and you just focus on front 5, next 5, next 5, next 5, and it can create positive planning, because ultimately, although your rink might not be going good, if you win the last quarter by 6 shots and lose by, let's say, 5 instead of 11, that can be, massive change for the overall board, depending on how your other rinks are going. So,
Righty, dotting one right on the top there.
Front noser. You've played a few of them, Jimbo, lately.
I had one on the stream that was sitting behind.
Yeah,
I
clapped it, don't you worry.
They flicked over at the right time. That was tough on Sunday with that wind. We played in
the green was very, very pacey too.
Some strong headwind at Melbourne.
It's a good game to be a part of though, because the don't know how much the live stream could pick up on, but it was certainly vocal.
Yeah, it was.
And I love it when the game gets vocal like that. You got people like Bryce Young who rise to the occasion, and obviously Altona give a bit and lit a little bit of a fire up Bryce's backside, and all of a sudden Bryce got really into it.
Well, I think Nathan Wilson-Dogger was on top form all day.
Yeah.
Just chirping hard.
It's a great shot by Scotty there. Jack gets sprung and it's going straight to his bowl now.
It's a high 5 from his skip, or a low 5, medium 5.
That's the odd missing in the right areas, Jimmy. That's all it is. Makes a world of difference.
The other thing is we're having a crack at these guys sitting in front of the camera. I did notice myself. I chased the ball down on the one end. They got live streamed to mine, and I half stood in front and then realised pretty quickly I was out the way.
Yeah. I did the same thing, then I waved at it, I think.
What I got in the way the most was Cole Gorman.
Oh, yeah, Cole's a shocker for it. But I think, same as Snelly, both of those guys, I think, have earned unlimited mistakes.
From another era. From another era.
Yeah, they've earned themselves the right to make a few errors. Absolute stalwarts of bowls, giving the game heaps. Sneaking past here by Panda into that catching area. He had good weight, just a little bit high.
They're building almost a separate end within the end here, because everyone knows that Jack's going 2 feet when he gets touched, because it's
I think CJ, sorry, is
well, Johnny Snell. He's already put his hand up. He's already called it.
Yeah,
He's already called it.
He knew.
He's unlucky. Gives a shot away.
He had to hit it harder. He just wanted to give it to himself. He threw his stick down. Yeah, he wasn't happy.
He was fuming.
Sorry. Going back to the other rink, I think CJ was playing some weight and missed, and I think Ali's drawing for a number here.
Bit of a
Whether it be
hatful.
4 or something like that. Oh, he won't be happy with that unless it turtles in.
Oh, Panda just going a bit.
It's a good shot.
Oh, I actually had better weight than I thought, to be honest. Good bowl.
Can be tricky, floating your bowl out into uncharted waters when it's off centre sometimes. Oh, what a shot. Trailed the Jack for 2.
Great bowl. Do you think she's thinking...
I think she's thinking, why am I playing bowls
Yeah.
on a Friday night? It is way too cold for
Melbourne.
this stuff.
Why didn't I stay in New South Wales?
She started the game really well, landing a few bowls, but I think she's actually just started to miss her line a bit. So I think she's a couple good bowls away from firing up here, because she's got a fair bit of go in her.
She's got a fair bit of turn at that bowl there. She's close to drawing shots. She can
flops
flop in as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's gone very close. Todd didn't sort of give an indication. He just said very
she's
close.
the type of... Daniel Woodrow plays a great shot on the firing. Don't know if you guys could hear the cheer, but it was pretty loud here. So, be curious to know what the result is.
Nico,
Yeah, Tash is the type of player where she plays one good one, she fires
can he
up.
find a gap?
Oh,
Gets half a
Just his
walk through,
weight.
but not enough.
I think we're one whopper away from Tash firing up here, just to take her mind away from not only the weather, but the fact that she's missed a few in a row. But we know that someone of her quality, she's never going to be far away for too long. And
Can she get back down? She got a lot of hoop after the last bowl.
speed.
Hurry.
She's
Just going to give up.
the old slow Friday nights back at Clayton Bowls Club. I'm pretty sure many people listening to this stream would have played here on a Friday night, or back when the green was a bent. This thing, it definitely knows how to be slow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I used to use ABT 2000s on this green.
No, Catherine, Ali's is it is 13-5.
After 10 ends.
Yeah, they do the ends in the middle of the boards here, so
That's why they're in red, so the difference in colour is your tell.
that was me being polite. Next one's not polite. Got them out the way of the head.
It's alright, at least we didn't actually miss a bowl this time. You've done well there, Jimbo.
I caught it early.
You were red hot, yeah. Jess.
Jess.
Great shot,
Because we would have missed
Jess.
that. Great ball by Jess. She's bowling well.
Jess is dialed in a bit here, I think.
Yeah, she's stepping on the gas.
We'll see if the Clayton guys have the old fight back. Obviously, Ali's ring's travelling on well, now 13-5 up. And that again is pretty much the difference in the overall. That's it, because the other rings are pretty close. So
Well, Lilydale have got the mat on the far rink, so they've picked up a score there. We'll wait and see what happens on the scoreboard.
So it could be that Lilydale are either up or level on 3 rings, with the difference still being Ali's ring. So see what happens. Todd, how's he played here?
Always close, mate.
That's a great shot,
That's
Todd.
a huge bowl.
It's
That's such a
massive.
good bowl.
He's had to float that around a bowl. It might be a fairway shot, but you have to trust that on the draw. And this is a very tricky green with the little breeze and the fact that it's slowing up. So
I think
great shot by
Nico's
Todd.
just called the correct shot. Here, go the
Get the
bowl.
bowl, yeah.
There's no danger out there, really.
Nah,
John
even
Snell's got the
if
furthest
you
back.
get super unlucky and pump one of the short ones up through their head, it doesn't matter.
Here we go. Close.
Oh,
Oh, no, she went the wrong
forehand.
way. Yeah, I thought she went backhand.
Yeah.
Forehand's an interesting.
I made sure. Look, it's you
Sometimes it's your preference of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some people, I personally I try to whatever side of the head, the shot bowl or the bowl that you want to get or the jack is, I try to play that hand and not even think about having a preference. But there are some people who does not matter where it is on the green,
They'll go a certain.
they'll go
hand.
with a particular hand because they've just got so much confidence in it. Like I know, I think it's Ali. Ali loves his forehand. Absolutely loves his forehand, and doesn't matter where it is. But he's obviously got a good everything, I suppose. But one there by Todd, great shot to
it's a good ball.
fight back a bit of momentum. If they dropped a 3 there, it would have hurt a bit.
Well, Lilydale are right back in this.
Yeah, no, you're right. So now we're having another Joshua Rennicks. We'll call them rink meetings.
The other way around.
Straight back the other way. So it seems like they must be listening to the live stream somehow, Joshy, because they're absolutely embracing it now.
Clayton lost their last game on the Friday night streaming over at Mentone on that wet Friday night we had.
A little bit.
Yeah, how's this for kicking balls in? They've left the ball halfway up the green. No one's realised yet. Now they've realised.
Here we go. Good work, Rowdy.
I feel like there should be some music.
Clown music, huh?
That'll make it onto the Bowls Lads TikTok for sure. That one.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
it doesn't,
Do you
I'll
figure
be
out who that
disappointed.
is, mate?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do. I'm not. He's
yeah.
asked me not to reveal his identity.
It's
so-
you, isn't it?
That's not me, mate. I wish I had that much time on my hands. I don't. And plus,
So
I'm
you
no
can
good
tell.
at that
You can
stuff.
tell me off stream. Can't ruin it for all the hundreds of viewers.
Yeah. There's some good videos.
Yes.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I've narrowed
Our-
it down. I said, hey,
I
accidentally.
must say, our mate Brett. Well, it's Bowls Lad, not Bowls Lass.
True.
Our mate Brett Spur featured in I think one of the most recent ones, and I think he absolutely loved it. Got his little bit of a tail up. He played obviously a good live stream game, and the Bowls Lad obviously was showing his appreciation to the great man.
Start by Scotty Bowles again.
Yeah,
Absolutely
he's
nailing that one.
He's played well so far, Scotty.
He's bowled very well.
Ooh. Might drop a number there. I think that's all Kelly's pink bowls there. Not sure. It's hard to tell.
That was the last bowl.
Snapper's got one to come.
Right, he's close as well here.
Gotta
Just
hurry.
dying. The green's
gotta
just
hurry.
starting to slow that little bit.
Snapper trying to get out that bowl that's underneath the head there for a number. No, he's just drawing in. Is he up? No, he's not. How's Scotty doing? Tracking in okay, the line.
Yeah, he's good here. Top leading by Scotty
Great shot,
Bowles.
Scotty. I hope you're taking notes, Jimbo, because that's clinical.
That is
Ali's
superb.
going to play some weight on the rink next to him. You might see some bowls clatter.
Oh, tame weight for Ali.
It is tame, but he's pretty close. Might not have been quite the result he wanted either. Oh, how's this for a bowl?
Oh,
it's a good
sensational
shot.
for Morado. This is.
Might be third shot too.
I've commentated on quite a few games this season. I reckon this is the best front end lead battle we've had. I've had. I remember Tony Chiavello going pretty hot by himself at Bandura. The Altona lead didn't go with him, but This is
It appeared as if Gail Edwards too went really good last week. Played
Yeah.
2, you know, not leading, but
Yeah.
she played 2 as a front end battle.
I hope she's calmed down from a pretty dramatic finish.
Over
The over
60s.
60s women's pairs final, which she
Didn't get the chocolates.
dropped to 5 on the last end to lose by 1.
No way. Oh, the best of us would be filthy at that. That'd do it to the best of us.
And she's playing tonight. They've got Mentone over at Altona. So if anyone knows any scores that's happening over in the West, Altona, Mentone, stick them in the comments.
I'm glad you decided to live stream this one. It's significantly closer to home, mate.
It's significantly further away from my home. I just drove past my home on the way back from
You drove
Metropolitan.
past your home to get here. Oh, you must have really wanted me on then. Jeez.
Yeah.
See if Panda can consolidate the good start given by Scotty here.
She's just chased the ball down, screamed at it, and he's missed what he wanted to do, and then
Yeah, I
ran off sheepishly.
I think he was trying to kill it, and he somehow peeled
Oh,
off a front
Panda.
upper.
Superb.
There
Yeah.
you go. Sorry, dial it back. He did consolidate. It's perfect, but it gives Snelling the opportunity to fall in off it.
Well, I think just called him on the back end, which is the correct call.
Is he too high for that hand? I
I
believe.
think he's too high with that weight.
Daniel Woodrow plays a good shot over there. Keep. Oh, so whatever feat he just did on over there, he's
And done
put
it.
back in. Yeah. Is that Tash playing some weight, or is it just because it's a long?
He sort of said get there first to her. So even if you touch it,
How's
Jack
she
will come
going?
down the
How's she
line.
travelling
She's
here?
close.
She's in
She's
a
close to
mix.
exactly what he's called.
Over the Jack.
He said over. Yeah.
Oh, it's a top.
She
a
played
good
what he
shot.
wanted. She just didn't quite get the
It's a
result.
good shot. It is.
Sitting by itself in there, that bowl of
Wouldn't
rowdies.
surprise me if she has a good end here and then fires up again. She did start well. Can't keep a good player down for long.
Nah.
They're
Starting to happen is the call.
their one-liners never disappoint, do they? There's a lot of fans of the one here Dales throughout Premier League, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Have we got any backers for Lilydale watching? I wonder if anyone's going to call them.
There'd be a fair few Lilydale crew watching on the live stream that back home.
Our on the eastern suburbs clubs real band together. They support one another. Like when we streamed from Croydon the other week, yes, we had Alex Marshall playing, but there was a lot of Heathmont there, a lot of
Yarra Glen.
Yarra Glen,
Yeah, yeah.
Hillsville,
You got
supporting
the,
Croydon.
The Bowls Woj and Matthew O'Brien was having a chat to Alex Marshall because he's obviously real tight with Athlete, and that's who he played that week.
Yeah.
And,
I saw him asking for his autograph. He got
yeah,
denied,
it
I
doesn't
think.
surprise me. Matty O loves it, mate. And Matty O, he had a chat to him, and obviously got the early mail that Alex Marshall's been practicing heaps up there before the BPL, so he goes at the odds that the Brisbane's at, he wants to get on him. So if there's any punters out there, get on him, because Matty O, he's the basketball Woj, I'm telling you, for bowls. He absolutely loves it.
Yeah, so Clayton holding a couple here, but Lilydale have only got one in the head, so they're going to be. I think Todd will have a bit of a look for it. Do you think you can get it on the forehand on that bowler John Snell's through Tash's?
Yeah, you might clip the back end of it. Yeah, you might just clip the back end of it. I think if you're Todd though, you play the forehand to potentially get down to rowdies, and if you hang and you slice the jack up the line, it obviously puts the lights out a bit. That's what I'd personally be playing, because it gives you two great results.
And his backhand, he's a bit narrow on that.
So he's just trying to trail the jack, which is obviously probably the routine shot for him. Played good weight. Played very good weight for what he wanted, just missed his line. If you're Jess here, do you try and draw close to build the head up, or do you play backhand searching weight to change the head up?
It's that
Because they've got, I think it's John Snell out the back. Yeah, it is. Snell, he's got the backest bowl, so if there's
got a lot of
significant
bowls to
jack
land.
movement.
I think risk reward. Yes, I would be going that. You're only 2 down. She's lining up 4 and though.
Yeah, she's been drawing very well though. She's played some great shots this way, so a 4-hand draw could be what she resorts to. Daniel Woodrow did pick up on that rink, and it appears as if the...
Oh, John, get out the way. He's got out the way. She just didn't have the pace then. He threatened to get in the way then. Stallion, I think we've told him off enough now. He knows.
You were getting up out of your seat.
I was. I was about to sprint over there, beat the ball down there, move him out the way, and then applaud the ball. Right, Todd gets another go at trying to trial that Jack. He's at it. He's got a bit of a trot
have been a real
it.
big number over there for Lilydale. 14-10 now for Daniel Woodrow's ring, so it must have been a 6 or something. That's a big change. There was 10-8 down. That's great for the Lilydale supporters
5.
out there.
Yeah, 5. Lilydale right on the
so now they're
on
right on Clayton's tail in the overall now because CJ's rings clawed it back to 13-7. We could have a game on our hands here, Jimmy.
We normally do them on BVTV.
The massive jump that we had by Clayton at the start of 15 is now 1.
The other
game at the MCG.
2 to Clayton on this one, so they'll pick a couple up. The other interesting fact that's happening so far is Ali Forsyth being on more ends than the others. He's always way behind whenever I've played Clayton. He kills that many ends. He's normally 3 behind. But he's leading the charge on 11 ends.
I think there's been a couple ends where he's played weight and the jack's been up towards the back of the rink, so it hasn't necessarily killed.
So we're at the halfway mark, mate. 42 of the 84 ends played. Clayton 40, Lilydale 37.
Well, when you see that, you go, even though Clayton's in front, you'd have to say Lilydale as a 16 have the momentum because the difference was significant.
Correct.
Clayton, with the tactics of the rink meetings that they were having before, clearly Lilydale preferred the short ends, so Clayton have gone back to long here.
Yeah, sort of 3/4. He probably, I don't know if he didn't nail his jack roll, but he looks fairly tight for me coming down on this one. That would be close to...
You get rewarded for the good weight, though, of the teams tonight.
Our good mate T-Bone jumping on it. He's freezing down here, mate. Bendigo was a lot more warmer. I'm not exaggerating here. I had a meeting on the way up to Bendigo in Melbourne. It was 20 degrees in the car, on the car dashboard. So I threw a hoodie on to go to the meeting. Took me an hour and 15 to get from Melbourne to Bendigo, and I watched the temperature just go up and up and up, and it was 36 when I got to Bendigo.
Jeepers.
An hour and 20 minutes later.
When it gets cold in Bendigo, though, it's cold in Bendigo.
Oh, we've, mate, trust me, I've been cold in Bendigo, sitting, commentating. It does get cold. So that's probably Scotty's loosest end so far, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. He's been quite good tonight. So what route he's got here, he's definitely those few loose ends that he had at the start where he was sort of missing just past or just short, he's dialed in a fair bit here comparatively. What's his speed like? Because he should hook in a little bit. He's just hanging out there. Up to her eyeballs in it. Lilydale definitely here to play tonight, and just as Mr. Wallace says that, Study on that exact rink plays a pretty good shot to pot the jack from his front toucher. So that you don't want to waken the beast sometimes. Sometimes that can be your worst enemy. You know, people not have a go, but they'll give the opposition a bit of incentive, and all of a sudden, someone or a team that seem to be pretty flat aren't flat anymore.
Yeah. That's why I don't think I'm the biggest fan in a game of calling out a number you pick up. If you're... I'm okay with it if you're in front considerably, but in a close game, I feel it can ignite something in other people.
Oh, no, it definitely can. You get the old someone will yell out 5 here and, you know, all of a sudden the other team will yell back at you, how many? You know, and, you know, it definitely can swing momentum. So obviously Melbourne have played Clayton in a fair few battles, and I remember a time where Clayton did it. They went 5 here, Clades, and the one and only Michael Sims had a bite and said how many, and Clayton all of a sudden started cheering, and I think Simsy's reply was loud noises. So, I think that, yeah, it definitely can ignite fires in bellies and be massive momentum swings. Little bit of hush. It's weird.
Yeah, everyone's just regrouping a bit.
What's Snelly doing here? Has he got
Can he
good
hang
weight?
on? Can he hang on?
Well, I mean, they're around it though. So it's 3 to Lilydale as it sits at the moment.
Yeah, good call by Todd. He almost gave her too many options, which is why she's asked another question, I guess.
Well, that was good by Tash. She didn't want to be indecisive, so she asked either I draw it with that or I go it, and Todd then decided which of the two options he preferred. So that's good dynamic between the two back end players there. She's played a good shot.
Yeah, just gets a bowl of Clayton's in that head, which is obviously good for them.
If they resort to playing weight though, that cannon probably gets that bowl straight out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. But if she hits that, she's in the area. So I doubt that that'll be the only change. Oh, great shot here by Rod Nicholson. I think that option of playing weight now is no longer an option. I think it'll be you're playing more.
Agreed.
She certainly looks like she's dialed in here. Goes pretty quick.
Close, get out the way, Todd. Misses. Any thoughts of starting the live stream rink 2 hands behind? You know what? In the games that I've commentated on, we always seem to be last on. But we can move the rinks over. It's hard in Premier League, mate, as you would well know, that so many ends get killed quite quickly and in a row. I mean, we played at MCC the other week, and we were honestly on for a 4 p.m. finish. We were on 20 ends with about 10 to 4, and then I think 4 got killed in a row. Yeah,
even though our rink was going good, the overall was tight. So I think I killed 3 in a row.
That's huge. Thank you, Catherine, for posting that Altona score. Looks like Mentona 38-25 up after.
There you go. They've definitely got fight in them. We were witnessed it last week, didn't we? We were on the wrong side of that ledger. They really took it up to us. Mentone are obviously they're in the bottom 3 battle at the moment, but when they have all their cattle out there, they're a hard team to beat because they definitely play for each other. So but going back to the killing before, you're 100% correct.
Oh,
it's a great shot.
I think he took a lick of paint off the jack as he went past then.
Yeah, you feel. I mean, obviously there is a hole there, but you feel hard done by whenever that happens to you.
I don't know Tash personally, but she just eyeballed me then, like in frustration at how close that miss was. Was Jess to go the back? Oh, they've got the back bowl. His drive's going all over the shot from Clayton. A lot of frustrated figures cut here. I reckon the tide's turning, Skills.
Yeah, just a little bit, potentially. Snapper doesn't seem too happy about the fact that he had missed either. Yeah, have a look at him. Whoa.
Right, just going short with that one.
She wasn't playing the blocker, was she?
Here goes Todd again. He missed by
nothing.
Nothing last time.
See how this comes out.
Oh, he's high.
Yeah,
Close your eyes here. Oh. So, what, they're holding 3? Possibly 4, maybe only 3?
I dare say it could even be 2. It depends on... Tasha's one flopped around pretty weird. It could be, say, a 3rd shot there. Not sure.
Well, she can play up to this because it's all them behind.
Yeah, you're right. We'll find out very shortly. She appears as if she's got better weight. I don't know what her line's like yet. And Johnny's just in the way, so I think she's in the area. Yeah, she certainly is. She's nice and close. Johnny's in the way, but she's potentially a counter there. They're having a good look. 4 to Lilydale.
4, huge pickup by Lilydale.
Lilydale are fighting here. I think Josh Sanders' rink against Snapper picked up at 2. Then you got the 4, so it's a 6-shot swing. All of a sudden,
They're pretty...
Is that mean Lilydale would have to be in front almost, wouldn't they?
Well, Daniel
Yeah.
Woodrose picks up another 2. You're
Yeah.
right. He's on a massive run of ends over there. 3-3, 1-5-2 in the last 5 ends.
So talk about a momentum swing. Here we have it.
9-10 in the Sanders game, so he's picked up another 2.
We actually voiced that very early on when you and I were chatting. I think it was just towards the end of the roll-up, and we said that if Lilydale get a string of ends, they're the type of side that get their tail up and they go pretty hard. And
They're in front now.
Clayton have let them in. I have no doubt that Clayton, with the class they have, will respond to some degree, and Lilydale will have to find another gear. But they're doing all the right things at this stage. Just to repeat, guys, we are sorry that people get in the way, but it's hard for us to for us to control them, because obviously you've all played before, or most of you at least have been around the game for a while to know that when you're in the moment and you're watching a bowl go down of significance, you're not really thinking about what or who's behind you. So, hopefully us steering the bowl in to some degree is enough when it does happen, but we're doing everything we can to limit the amount of times it happens.
Yeah, once they've played these bowls here, I'm going to go and
Have another chat.
I'm going to walk over and I'm going to have a proper chat.
No worries.
If they don't move, we just won't put Lilydale back on the stream.
Yeah, I suppose it almost has to get to that point, doesn't it? But, they're the type of side that you kind of want to have these sides on, because even they're never down and out. Or at least they'll go down swinging. But they're not going down swinging, they're swinging. They're right back in this game and hitting the lead. It's very impressive from where they were.
Yeah.
They got jumped massively at the start.
15-1 it was at the start, wasn't it?
So, 15-1, yeah, probably.
I noticed Clayton haven't updated the...
Overall for a little bit.
They've left the big board alone.
You are correct. That's massive tactics. It happens. You don't want your side across the board to see that they're struggling. People know, obviously, but sometimes seeing the overall change can be another gear that Lilydale will find. But then again, I know whenever it's so if you're playing at home, you want every score you get to go on the board as quick as possible, so they know that they're in trouble, sort of thing. It's real differing.
Panda's close out.
Played a good shot. It's a very good
ball.
shot on the line there. Makes it hard to get to the jack. Who'd wear a t-shirt in this weather?
You.
Yeah, you're right.
Go and see if one of the boys have got a hoodie or something.
Nah, it's alright, mate. It's not that cold. It's a great day for it.
A proper chat, Brig Brighton. Get you down here for it, mate. They'd never get back in the way. Brian Sheen, the bowls coordinator at Warrnambool. City Warrnambool Bowls Club. I tell you what, he's the best. I've run quite a few events now for BV, but no one's quite looked after me like Brian has from Warrnambool. Bendigo did a terrific job. Shout out to Jeff Briggs and his team, and Mickey behind the bar, but they didn't have my oat cappuccino waiting for me first thing in the morning, Brian, like you did every day, mate.
I think with you being Mr. VB, they're probably hoping that they get a little bit more good things flicked their way. So
it's a fair shout, Greg, about the lines on the green. It's something we've discussed. However, I think even if these lines were electrified tonight, we'd still have issues.
I think it's a green issue more so than it is the lines. They are quite discoloured.
Ooh.
It's a pretty
ugly bowl.
Yeah.
Ugly result.
Yeah, result, because obviously he was playing that sort of shot up to it, but I didn't think he'd expect to get that. Puts them under the pump now, I suppose. They've only got 3 bowls left, and they're holding 3 to Clayton, so Tash can put him under the pump big time here if she gets a close one. She seems to be in the area. It's a great shot.
Gets
Past the
back
heads too.
well.
It's great.
Superb ball by Tash.
Great shot by Tash.
I think he's got to lose his bowl there, Wait.
Oh, yeah. I think when you're that many down, it's risky. You either get it or you don't with that weight. I think
He's narrow here.
he's going to hang.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Oh, lawn bowls, you've done it again.
Look, I dare say that that's obviously a bad bowl, but it's not a toucher. And with Clayton having all three bowls there very close to the ditch, Tash can all she has to do is make any contact on that bowl, jack in the pit. She's got to hit it hard enough for the bowl to continue on with it. But, you know.
The good news in this end is that Jack's right back, so the player should just naturally stand
on the
bank. Here we go with Tash. She's having a look at it,
she's very
mate.
close.
She's
Great
close.
shot.
Oh, what a
And
ball.
a toucher, great
What a
throw.
ball. That's superb. She manages to get rid of the non-toucher of Lilydale's completely out. You'll see that spoon out to the right as we look at it. She follows Jack in the pit.
And what did we
Gets the
say about
toucher.
you can't keep a good player down? Even if she was remotely scratchy earlier, she's played a couple good ends in a row, couple big bowls, and all of a sudden she's back properly.
So Jack's sort of right under the number. We'll try and tilt the cameras down for you.
Tis a great shot. She's only a couple inches off it, sitting in the ditch, and there doesn't really seem to be a nice avenue towards the jack for Jess. It's a tricky shot here. Probably going to have to play the forehand around the short ones and just hope to stay as nice and close as you can.
Fair question by Dale. Where do we think if we do get the Com Games in 26? I've heard regional. I've heard
I think they were talking about, was it Shepparton or Bendigo?
They're
or
going for a
Ballarat
regional tint. So I mean, look, there's plenty of options both. Bendigo or Shepparton. There's some great clubs with some fantastic greens. I think
Bendigo's got some great greens.
yeah. I think from memory they use clubs with 4 greens, so that might limit some options. But without knowing all the facts, Bendigo, where we have been this week, they've got 4 fantastic greens. Bendigo East, they've got 3 fantastic greens. Interesting time zone. It's huge for...
Yeah, well, it's massive for bowls because obviously with if there's a good display of bowls at the Com Games in the next few times, because obviously it's been pointed out as a goal for Bowls Australia.
For the
Olympics. And I mean, for us to have our sport really be put on the map, you know, we're doing all the right things and all the things we can with the times of social media, but getting it at the Olympics would be massive. So
No, I agree.
Com Games is a stepping stone, so if you can have a good display and a positive display there, it might be exactly what we need. Dylan Benwell's trailed the jack for 2 on the far rink to wrestle back a little bit of momentum.
Well, Ali's picked up a 2 as well.
Yeah, so that's 4, and then if you pair that with this end here by Clayton, he's just played here. Is she going to stay on? If she stays on,
she
could
stays.
be massive.
Can she get past that?
It's a great shot
She
by
cuts
Jess.
a few out,
Cuts it
takes a
down
bit
to
of pain
2.
out.
Cutting it down to 2 is fantastic. Todd might just try and put this in the pit here, I think. I think if you run this in the pit, you make a few.
Yeah, he's going up and having a look. And the Com Games in Birmingham this year, which is my home city,
Birmingham.
where I was born and bred, and then straight into Melbourne after. It'd be fantastic for me. I'm heading back same time as the Com Games.
I guess you'll probably again have to be involved if you're still around the BV circles.
That'd be great.
That'd
Yeah,
be
he's got it. Has he got it?
He's stalking.
Needs to clear that. Doesn't. What does he bring forward
He
here?
was in the
Nothing.
area.
A
But
couple of Clayton.
Got to give Jess a little bit of credit there. She halved the total, and the jack was, and the shot bowl, were very close to the ditch, so you can't actually downplay how hard the shot she had to play was to limit it at all. So well played there.
I'm going to end that question once and for all on Tashi's bowls. I'm going to check because I actually thought they were XGs to start with, but we'll have a look. I'm pretty sure they're Taylors.
See you when you get back. So they're having another chat here. Clayton have responded well. Obviously, Lilydale got 4 shots in front, and then you have the 3 3 rinks across the board have picked up 2 each, so that's 6 positive for Clayton. And then I think Dylan as well picked up a couple to have his score go back to 10 also. We'll update these scores for you very shortly. But I think the overall will have Clayton back in front now. Lilydale still fighting though, you can hear them, they're definitely hearing voice. Fair few people down here watching, getting involved with the bowls, which is always good to see. Scotty with his opener here, just pulling up a little bit light on for speed. Nailing his track, he's been pretty good with his line coming this way. Let's see what route he's got. Seems to be in a good zone. What's his speed like? It's a good opener for this speed. That's a good shot by Rowdy there. How'd your chat go, mate?
Yeah, good.
They're right.
Guess out that no, they are Taylor SRs. They are 4 BPR, as you mentioned earlier. Not for sale yet. They're going to use it as a sort of a bit of a trial. So
okay, yep. Great response by Scott there. Great shot. Back tucked in behind the kitty.
Leeds just changed back to Clayton's way now. They pick up a 1-shot lead. But we don't do.
What are the odds for Lilydale 74, Clayton 75? Oh,
I'd be pretty.
I'm not a betting man, but I'd be giving you pretty stellar odds simply because it's 2 very specific scores with a significant amount of ends to go. But I don't have the bankroll to offer that sort of change. Jimmy, you're loaded, aren't you? You can offer him something.
Not with a second kid on the way, I'm not, mate.
Ah, yeah. All the fun times coming for you.
Yeah, we got rid of Josh Thornton, Matt. He didn't quite cut the mustard last week, unfortunately. Tanked the ratings.
Well,
no one can understand what he was saying.
Snelly, try and play a positive shot up here.
Spoke too much waffle.
Oh, a fair bit of noise from the Lilydale crew here. They're trying to keep their voice up so that they stay in the mix. Snelly, what's he done here?
Just missing,
past.
Yeah. Good effort. I like it when the skips call that loud because they'd have to repeat what he said.
Seems to be in the area, this one. A little bit on the higher side, but if he's got good speed. He's played a good shot. That's
it's
2.
exactly. It's a
2.
great bowl by Panda there.
What can the great man do in response? Seems to have put this in a good zone. What's his weight like?
Oh, he's close, mate. He's
Gonna
close.
get down a bit more.
He's close.
Got it.
Ah,
Great
Johnny
shot.
Snell, superb.
Oh, he's turtled away. But look,
It's way better.
regardless of not actually reducing the count, the head is much better for the back end. And as a 2, trying to turn a head over, that's all you can ask for there for your back end.
Yeah, Snelly's bowl did stay on his first one. It probably footed 2 from the ditch. Probably just outside the camera shot. Tash with these Taylor SRs, as we've learned.
So they are SRs. The SRs, I think, are the slightly bendier of the Taylor range of those compared to SRVs, and I think a fair few of the top players opt for it. I don't know, Kelly uses SRs when we played it the other week.
And I guess they use them on them indoors carpets just to take away any runs. What's Nico doing here? He's on a bit of a rake.
Okay.
That wasn't a shot. It wasn't an orthodox shot, but he's got the second shot. Just going a bit again, Tash. Three to Clayton on the rink next door. So Ali's doing
Pulling
his
back
bit.
Away. So the with the scores updating, it's back to 12 all on this rink. You've got
Dylan Benwell's stopped the run that Daniel Woodrow's rink had. He's got that back to 16-12, and we've got 10 all on the Fisher Sanders rink.
Still right in the mix, but I think what could be telling is if we have a close game, having one rink that's sort of got that gap can give the other three confidence that even though they're tight, they've got that inch of room.
So you look at Ali's rink, they're on 14 ends. They're a little bit in front of everywhere else. I mean, I know we've spoke about this at Melbourne before. If you're going bad, get off.
Yes.
So they'll be trying to get the Lilydale guys. We're trying to rush through them ends.
But by the same token, when you're going good, if you're Ali, like sometimes you don't want to halt your momentum, but if the game's going to get close and your rink's clearly going well, you sort of want it to some degree slow the rink play up, just so that if it comes down to crunch time, hopefully you guys who have been doing it all game can do it for the overall 8 on. So there is two sides to that coin there, double-edged sword.
It's that awareness as well. I think at the different levels of the game, there's so much more awareness of them little idiosyncrasies.
Yes. Must admit, playing with Lala, he gets very much into those sorts of small things. But and that could be a massive difference on the big end, you know. Like it's those 1%ers that everyone talks about. It doesn't matter what sport it is, 1%ers can make a world of difference when they all add up.
Guess I'll be disappointed with that bowl. She had a bit of an opportunity to take control of that head. Todd didn't nail it.
I think Lilydale are 1 down at this head. Todd with both skippers to have 1 bowl each. I think that that pep talk might have done wonders for you, Jimbo. I think this is the most room we've had. Looking at the back of the rink. Have a look at that.
It's almost a perfect shot.
Yeah, I dare say. As you just sneaking on past us,
he's
put
right.
the handbrake
Todd
on.
saying woo.
Oh,
saying
he played a good shot. That's unlucky.
Yeah, just drifts.
It's a good shot.
Right, chance for Jess here.
Yes, certainly. She can still afford to draw up to this with a little bit of confidence.
Better line, but I still don't think it's great line. No, the pace is short as well. Bit of a let off for Clayton there. Just pick up the 1. So they've switched their momentum back on this rink. They won the last 4 ends. No, they haven't. That's a lie. There was that 4 Lilydales in there as well. You can tell I've been working since 7 o'clock this morning.
Getting a little bit tired, are you, mate?
It weren't so much the work, it was the it's that drive, that 2.5 hour drive in the middle of it is no fun.
I dare say we've got Curtis here who does 3.5 hours, plays game bowls, and sometimes drive 3.5 hours home all on the same day.
Well, he's a far better bowler and a far better. Well, it's his own fault for living in the country as well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But
so it's his own fault for living in Kalamata. Wherever that is.
Yeah, 40 minutes past Shep. Half hour past Shep, something like that.
6 in it now.
I genuinely don't go that far on my holidays. His version of a beach is the Murray River.
I felt like I didn't get that far on my holidays. I went to Croydon the other week. I'm like, wow.
You flew to Queensland and get to Queensland quicker than he gets to Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's not even a joke. It's a sad thing. But anyway, we're back on the bowls here. So, open head before the second bowler Scotty's coming in here. Oh, I still left the door a little ajar for Rowdy.
I knew as soon as I said 2.5 hours in country, I was going to cop it for the. That's not a drive.
Yeah, I had to back Curtis up there. If he's got the pace here.
Yeah, I like his line.
If he's got the pace, he should sneak around. Oh, it's a good shot by Rowdy. Well played.
Just finish. Bit of support from across the rinks.
They must have been watching. Certainly heard him. Nothing wrong with the country, Jimmy.
Nah, there's nothing. I very much enjoy being in Country Vic, especially at the bowls clubs. Far better hospitality than the.
Dales are certainly trying to give the side something with the voice. Obviously, Clayton have responded and gone from 4 down to 8 up in relatively quick fashion. So they're trying to go for that second push, which is required at the moment.
Yeah, they need to string a couple of ends together across the 4 rinks. Just wrestle that back. Otherwise, it blows out quite quick when a team like Clayton go on a march.
Yeah, you get a bit of a string of ends, and all of a sudden it's a massive difference in the overall.
Tired, pal. Oof. Is it you yawning then?
No, that certainly was. No, I did yawn then. But
You can have 5 minutes of you.
nah, I don't need 5 minutes. It's a good shot by Lady over there.
Todd likes this from Pando.
If it gets over the back end of the bowl, it's a great shot. Yeah, probably
it's
made
good.
2.
Yeah.
It's a good turnover of the head, but the I think there's a very positive shot for Snelly here. You land either bowl or you nuts the jack because you've got the 2 back bowls. Yeah, you can definitely play up to this quite positively.
She's going to do, mate. He's just going to start finding some bend or clip the edge of Rowdy's there. He's going to get too fat on it.
He hung around though, and it's another catcher in the pen, so it's not a negative result.
Talking about great country bowlers, don't forget that last year we had our City versus Country stateside trial, and the country side smacked the City side, beat them 5-1, but it probably should have been 6-zip. They were up going into the last end of the last game in the 6th test, so they were already 5 up. They absolutely destroyed.
There might be a little bit of rivalry building in that one. If it's run again, I think the Vic City side will be looking to definitely change the score there.
I actually sent the email.
Nico's pretty close here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's close to doing something.
Gets the jack.
Gonna get a result.
Oh, it's a good shot. Unlucky, to be honest.
Yeah, I sent the email to give the selectors a nudge to start thinking of their sides and for that.
Whoever was listening before and gave us a nice update on the Altona Mentone scores, if you want to chime back in, it would be lovely for us, and the viewers can hear about that one also.
Tash is
shot in by
close.
Tash, going to turn it over the
jack.
Yeah,
real
it's a great
good.
shot.
Superb.
Hides it nicely. Now all of a sudden the trail's not on and the plant sort of goes in a direction that's not.
He's going to go it again, I think.
I think the back bowl of the rink is Snelly's, so if it happens to get all the way back to that, I think he's dialed back the speed here. He's not short, but he's dialed back the speed.
He's pretty close.
He's got the hole.
Oh.
It's a good effort again. Look at like the weight control there to be in the area that they wanted, but I think it now leaves Todd a positive shot if they could somehow get to that bowl of Snelly's. And Todd's the type of player that even if it's a Rooski shot, he'll look for it to put Jess under the pump.
These are the ends I'm concerned about when the jack's further up the ground. Go to the left, John. Yes.
Well done, Johnny. It's almost like we've told him. He might be a small man in stature, but Leroy's a very big man in presence for this Lilydale side. Not only with, he gets some good bowls out the chute, but he's definitely very vocal. He's got the that old footy mentality. He has actually coached football in his time, and you can sort of tell with the way he conducts himself at times on the green.
Matty, you're right. Skilts he's on heat this year.
You got to.
I might have dropped your name in front of a certain state coach this week, man.
Mate.
Well, he asked me how my rink was going. I said, well,
yeah, thanks for
let me tell you about Alex Skilton.
Yep, yeah. Next
Pull up a pew.
Next topic, please.
Oh, can't Jess, she needs a ball.
I feel like that's Mattio's little bite back at me for talking about he's the lawn bowls Woj.
Which is close here, mate. Very, very close. Can you get down? What a bowl.
Oh, jeez, it's a great shot.
Doesn't get a...
But the other positive is here is now she's given herself a heap more room to then play her next one.
Great bowl.
It might be...
Might still be 2.
But you'd
But
much
it
rather
is.
it be a 2 looking like that
Correct.
than the 2 it was the before, so...
It's Ali's rink doing the damage for Clayton here. He's picked up another 2.
Altona 41 to Mentone 47 after 41 ends. Thank you for the update there. So anyone listening, Mentone is 6 up after 41 ends.
Yeah, Helen, I enjoyed what you had for dinner, actually. Looked really nice. Not a bad shout, Andy. I'm not saying it will be in Premier League, but there might be some exciting things coming. That'll bring regional a bit closer
Mr.
to Metro.
BB's dialed in to my left here. He's all about the
We're working on
positive
some
changes to
stuff.
make a better competition. So I've got no doubt that all these suggestions that get
Close
popped in
watches.
genuinely get looked
They
at.
do. They do. I do listen. I don't listen at home, but I definitely listen at
Oh yeah, well,
At
why
work.
would you want to listen to your partner?
2 to Clayton on this one. They're starting to turn the screw again, I reckon.
Lilydale need to respond again all of a sudden. I mean, Jess has actually played a very good shot
Yeah.
there and just not quite got the ideal result. Although you got Woodrow, who's picked up a 4, I think.
3.
3.
Wood.
So obviously his rink is responding. Snappers just pulled away with 4 on his rink though. So it's 14 to 10 for Dylan's rink now.
14-10. Can't keep up.
So it's another couple there. So yeah, I think Clayton are definitely pulling away here.
They've got to hold on in this rink. This rink's fairly pivotal.
Yeah, well, obviously, just had a few great ends in a row where she trailed a few jacks and landed a few bowls, and they picked up 3s, and I think the Clayton crew got that one. They had one amongst a few where they couldn't get it out, and they had the Josh Rennick's rink meeting, and since that point they've they changed the length up, and I think that change of length allowed them to sort of get the more bowls in the head, and then Tash has turned head over, so she's playing quite well, and Todd's done the same. So I think that's been the deal breaker for them. The momentum's massive. It's funny how little small changes can make such a grand scheme of things change.
Yeah, fair bowl was Scotty there.
Little flick of the jack, I think. Yep.
Yeah, they've obviously got quite a few players, Tash included, down for this weekend. And then heading up to BPL, which kicks off on Monday afternoon at Moama Bowls Club. Moama Bowls Club, partners of this stream. It's
Kevin Anderson running the show there.
Yeah.
Big boy.
Yeah, they
It's a good shot by Rowdy, I think. Is he creeping up on it?
just get shot. They do a lot of good stuff.
They hold the state champ. It's not state champ. Sorry, state pennant.
Yeah, they got region sides of the show as well.
All the way from Moama. Oh, there you go.
Just floating it. Oh, we didn't get the right half there. Right, opportunity for John Snelder now on air.
Yeah, if he can turn that jack away in the direction of Rowdy's bowl, it's a good shot. See, I don't think he's got the legs, does he? Not quite. Leaves the door open for Panda to change it open first. line-wise, he looks in the ballpark. What's his speed like?
Little bit quick, maybe.
He's played a good shot here.
Yeah, real good ball. Superb. He's sort of found one every now and again when he's needed to, Panda.
I remember when we played his rink the other week, he had that habit of doing that, you know. You and Fluffy had a good game and he found a way to make things tricky.
Find his way in there.
What's Nelly doing here? Is he going to get to
The
the bowl and wriggle up? Oh, turtle.
Yeah,
he
he probably
might-
gets the shot there.
Could be, yeah. He was in the area. His weight was all right.
Well, Dylan just called in a shot 2 weeks over. Could be almost the same shot you would call Tash in there. Play down to it, reach up. Any contact on anything's good. She'll start bending pretty soon.
If she's got good weight here, she's all over it. You look at her go. There you go.
What a ball by Tash.
Playing well now.
Superb. Just a little bit of class, that was. Oh, Nico's having a bit of a rake in it, mate.
Having a bit of a gander up there.
He's got it as well. Oh, no, he's under.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jimmy, how many times have I told you?
Don't go early.
Don't go early.
I'm normally pretty good at my calls. I
Oh,
don't get them too wrong.
it's like, when I see you pick up the mat before a bowl has been finished, I hate it with a passion. There is no worst moles in bowls. You don't touch the mat until the end's finished.
I was in practice.
Yeah, but you did it in the game as well. You
Did I? Oh,
asked-
that's poor form,
you
that
did
is.
it in the game and you asked me where do you want the mat. I'm like, mate, the bowl is still to be played.
It's going far too early if I'm doing that.
Sorry, you only did it once because I'll be like, oh crap. Well, you say you were pretty sweet after that, but Ali looks interested. Played a great shot here. Trailed the jack for lots, I believe. Ali's rink, in general, just to talk about it real quick, I think this year have hardly lost since he
He's
missed his one game with COVID. So
they've brought Lisa Williams up from the seconds and she's going real well.
how's Tash travelling here? If she's got the same speed, she'll
Did
turn
she get
lane.
under that bowl? No.
Oh, she was close too.
Very close.
Free run, she was nearly a side toucher. Big bowl here by Sneege, I believe, after Ali trailed that jack. Speed-wise, he seems to be okay. I think he's a little high over there. Yeah, you can just see it on stream. Might cut it down, I don't know. He's jack high. If you're Nico here, you see Jess obviously saying forehand up and under there, but you might have to go pretty sharp to hold up under there. So where her footies might not be achievable unless he goes quicker.
She does call a lot of 3-4 feet through shots.
Yeah.
Rather than the bigger. Try looking at the back of the rink there. It is, to be honest, it is all Clayton, so I can see why she's calling that. But they're having a proper conference, these two, over this shot.
Yeah, I think obviously Jess is sort of stating her intent of wanting to turn the head over, and I think Nico will be given. I think Nico will probably want to play the percentages, maybe searching up on the backhand, because if he's wide, he turns through the short ones. But they've got the back covered as well. I actually think if you're Nico, you sort of want to just I'd just be drawing. If you do a positive draw, and hopefully maybe if you miss maybe somewhere past to give you a more positive look with the next one. Jess.
This is why we all love bowls, though, because we've all got different opinions. There's 500 people watching at the moment. I'm sure there's 400 different opinions of what to do here, right there.
Yeah, that's for sure. Oh, because you get some people who are just really confident and with their upshots, so regardless of how it looks, they just
wait for that long.
Yeah, and see, just to chat on that quickly. You obviously saw how long they spoke for and how they were both offering different shots. If you get on the mat and you're 50-50 about playing particular shots and you don't commit to one or the other, you can find yourself that you spoon it. It happens because you weren't all in on the shot that you ended up playing.
Yeah. Someone commented on YouTube, I reckon I know from when I was a young kid playing bowls.
Back in the UK?
Yeah.
Toddy putting him under the pump here, is he? No, he's just turned under Rowdy's bowl and Snelly's bowl over there. Yeah, so I think it's you're almost at the crunch point. If it's 2, I mean, it is only 2 at the back, so you could almost just go it if you wanted to. See how it just goes here.
Searching, mate. She's fairly close here. Fairly close.
You're going to turn too much, is she?
Yeah.
She might go... Oh, I think that's definitely got one of them out, so it's a little bit of reward for being in the area, albeit slightly lucky. Todd's just tugged this one a little bit tight. He probably had good weight there, but he was just tight. So Jess's first bowl was in the area. So we'll see here if she opts to play something relatively similar, or whether or not she wants to now go more positive. But you know, the back there is danger. So I think
It's a tough draw as well, eh?
yeah, that 3 to 4 weight that you were talking about, her wanting to and liking to play. I mean, if she plays that, I don't think there's a lot of danger, because if you get the jack, she's likely to be somewhere near it. It's hard, so I think, you know, just draw the shot. If you happen to hang up just under Tasha's bowl and get close, or again, if you've got the right weight and you're down to Snelly's bowl, you can wriggle up for second or the shot. So, but it's also hard for us to tell how many down she is, because if those 2 bowls of Clayton's short of the jack count and she's 3 down, well then you don't need to worry about just drawing. You can play a little more positive. So
yeah, it's right. You got a good way of reading the head, mate. I'll just update all the rinks. Yep, we're good to go.
Clayton's still on that little bit of a push out for the score, I think. Other than, I think that rink of Woodrow's on the far end is offering the most, but I think every other rink for Clayton have really battled back hard here.
It's probably going to be this rink and the Sanders rink that have got to
lift,
try and turn in front. They've got to get these 2-3 shot. What they're down and turn it around and try and get these rinks in front. There's another one out.
She plucked that bowl out, so it'll be interesting to see how many it is to Clayton now. So she's, with her 2 shots, she's taken 2 out of the count. So
I think it's
still positive changes by Jess without getting the shot potentially. Yeah. She's been in the area all night, and that is the benefit of playing that weight that she likes, though, because you're sort of giving yourself more chances when you play less weight. Who knows? So yeah, she's gone from 3 down to 1.
Good effort
from her changeover. So it's good skipping
into the last quarter.
But that talking about that momentum of this rink here, they've strung 4 or 5 ends together, I think, this rink alone. So the Clayton resurgence is on.
Right, Scotty Biles to start us off. Is that a pretty good game?
That he has. zooming just a little bit.
Yeah, I just might commentators curse on
Commentators
him.
curse. Oh, he wouldn't. Oh, he's dropped in
Jesus
too.
Christ.
And
I've fully put the mockers on him there.
it happens, mate. It happens. Anyone who says the commentator's curse isn't real, whoa.
Yeah, just maybe that'll make it on the TikTok as well. Yeah, he's going real good. Whoosh. Righty.
Oh, mate, you know who it is, so you'll know pretty quick.
Todd called his bowl better.
It's a pretty safe call.
It's a fair adjustment, that.
It's
a fair adjustment.
It's actually very impressive. I've said this to you before. Yes. When your first ball runs in the ditch, you've actually got nothing to correct off because you don't know how heavy you were. So that's a very good shot by Scotty there.
Yeah, he's fought himself out a bit of a hole.
But it's also, shows him shows a little bit of character of him because, he's gone from obviously a bowl that you'd be relatively disappointed about to now a front knocker. So shows that he wasn't phased and that he could just get straight back on with business. Ali's pretty close. He's stalking it.
He stalks anything.
May have been some expletives then, so I'm glad they couldn't pick up on that one.
I don't know about
Panda's
May,
played a good shot here too.
Panda.
Look at that.
Yeah, Clayton
Panda.
just starting to step on the gas a bit.
Target isn't really any bigger either. I think he's slamming the pit, that one by CJ.
On the Lilydale next door. Stem the tide. CJ Snary's rink.
What's Snelly doing here? Is he going to up and into these on the backhand? What's his weight like? Snapper's played a good bowl. Well done, Sauce.
If this bowl can finish by Snelly here, he's bowled an absolute... Oh,
just died on him. Got a double over there to Snapper's rink, the best redhead in lawn bowl, self-proclaimed. Got some competition in his own side.
Yeah, no.
With Benny. Old Sauce head. What's Panda got to do? He can back up his first one here. If he stakes one past, it's all of a sudden a very positive head for Clayton. They've got 2 on the kitty and they're both just shy of the jack. Sneaks past, it's very positive for them. And he's tracking alright. If he hurries. Oh, he played a handy shot out there because the jack can squeeze, but I think he'd still be a little annoyed that he didn't run past there.
I agree. Daniel Woodrow going good on the other side. There's noise coming everywhere here.
Yeah, he seems to be in some form today. Daniel Woodrow. The drives especially look like they've come out well. Snelly missing everything here and running into the ditch. I think there'll be a confident... Yeah, there you go. Confident call by Todd. Turn the head over if you miss. You're finishing behind the jack, which is positive when Lilydale's playing the up shots like they were. Tash got the speed here to hold up. She played a good shot here, I think. Yeah, it's a good shot by Tash.
It doesn't create any more target as well.
If it falls over, it does. Yeah, there you go. Good shot, but just a fraction unlucky. There's Nico. Just that little bit extra leeway.
So we're putting babies to sleep. We'll need some tips on that as well pretty soon. Talking of Henselite earlier, got Troy Stafford, one of the new employees for Henselite. Say new employees, he used to work there back in the day apparently.
Altona 45 to Mentone 54 after 64 ends.
Oh no, get your friend back down there, Caffrey.
Oh, so we're going to run out of that there. So I'll have to jump on my phone and try and talk to the old alumni for me. See if I can weasel some results.
Surely they would have taken someone with them. Tash having a right run after that. She'll be disappointed she's wasting her energy on that ball. I dare say.
Yeah, I think she's...
Or she was just trying to warm up. It was one of the two.
I think there may have been a bit of a shake of the head up the other end. See how many was picked up on the Woodrow rink over there, because he was quite animated before.
Right, just dipping under. I understand that bowl, but they're really clutching at straws now.
There's still nothing past the head here for Clayton, so if you're told, you actually don't even need to worry now.
3 for Daniel Woodrow.
Yeah, because, you know, the calls that Jess has been making of that 3 to 4 weight would have probably been better for Nico, because at least it gives her the luxury of playing whatever weight. Now that Nico hasn't finished with a bowl past the jack, or Lilydale have one at all, Jess either gets it or she's in trouble. If the jack goes back, she doesn't actually cut the score down.
Yeah.
So Todd can play whatever he wants here.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And I think he's floating out the back. Yeah, he's floating out the back on the wing side, so he's just cutting off that problem if the jack happens to move. So
a perfect bowl for Jess is sort of edge of that Tash's bowl into the white. White misses the jack and she stays in there, but she's got to play the right weight.
Yeah, so you probably need to play just falling in the ditch, I think, to get both of those peel and you hang around. But you've also got to get the bowl that you're looking to hit fat so that you stay around, because if you happen to clip the inside or outside, you run away. She has been playing the disciplined weighted shots quite well so far, though, so...
How'd she go?
She goes. She's tight,
Needs to
I
get
think.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, just a little bit. She's not... But then
She's
again,
not a million miles away there,
yeah,
though.
hitting that... that sort of helps.
That, yeah.
Sort of helps, but sort of doesn't really. I think if you're Todd, you can try and confidently try to add here now, because you're not going to add to the target if you're drawing on the backhand. Good weight here, you're laughing. Looks like he's played a good shot here.
Yeah, well, it'd be nice if we could see it.
Yeah, he's played a good
Nick,
shot.
go. Yeah, good ball. Big ball by Jess. This could be a pretty defining bowl if she misses.
I think if the rink drops a 4 or whatever it might be here, then they're almost at the do or die point of the ball game. I saw, because of the way that alley and snappers rings are starting to pull away. So if she misses this one, she's in a bit of strife. She has.
She's missed
high.
Yeah. 3, 4.
I think it'd be 3 and a look. Yeah.
No looks.
We'll find out when they throw it on the board.
Yeah, spot on there, Mark. Daniel Woodrow's rink is on heat from N6 onwards. His run of ends went 3, 3, 1, 5, 2. Conceded a 2, 1, 3, 1, 3. Ridiculous. Sounds like my golf card. That was a 4 for Clayton.
Yeah, that's massive in the
damaging.
context of the overall as well as the confidence. Makes it real hard to push that and find that extra gear for the last 4 ends if you're Lilydale.
Damaging 4 at the wrong time, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think we'll obviously Woodrow's rings, plugging away very nicely here, but I think you now need Josh Sanders' rink within 6, and what seems to have been a relatively close fought game to now be something of a difference.
It's just slipped away from on that rink as well. They've lost a few in a row on that Josh Sanders rink.
Is he high enough? Looks pretty good here. Just rolling on through a fraction, but it's a good shot by Scotty. Well played.
Yeah, sensational.
He's led very well tonight. Rarely missed his line going that way. Rowdy looks to be responding fairly strongly here too, though.
He's
That's
all
good
over
leading.
it, yeah.
Good leading by both.
Yeah, it's been the best front end battle for sure for what I've seen this season in terms of when I've commentated on it. Can't change it to 12 aside, Tony. I wouldn't get a game, mate.
I think it's actually something you like. Obviously, I'm not opposed to the 12 idea because it makes the side stronger, but it's one difference that Victoria has to other sides is that one extra rink can make
a ball.
Great shot there. That one extra rink can make such a big difference to the overall. It throws a spanner in the works, and it really rewards the teams that are stronger or structured better or deeper.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of beauty in that because whilst you can make every team strong and the quality of bowls can be crazy, you know, it's a double-edged sword.
I understand both sides of the coin. I fully understand the 12 players and the 3 rinks. Strengthens it.
I actually
makes for better bowls. I understand, but I also fully understand the 4 rinks. I think a 4 rink game has a lot more complexities than a 3 rink game.
I think in years past the 3 had a better argument for it, but this season in particular of Premier League bowls, the competition has strengthened so much. MCC recruited very nicely and they're significantly stronger. Deer Park obviously did what they did. Then you've got your Altonas, your Melbournes, your Bundoorus, Clayton, who are always strong.
Look at the flyings we've got this year.
And Yarraville's recruited really well also. So, and then you've got the 3 sides that are in the relegation battle, like Mentone beat Melbourne, they've beat Altona, they've beat Clayton, who are all top 4 aspirations.
And in front of Altona again tonight.
And that's it. I think the quality of Premier League has raised significantly enough this year alone to just sort of go, all right, maybe we don't need to worry about the getting rid of that 4th rink.
And adding into that, I saw on Facebook today, I used to play Crown Green bowls back in England, which was always 12 aside, and I just saw their numbers have been declining for a while in Crown Green.
They're just missing this one wide, sorry.
Yeah.
Just creeping on through, but a back bowl's good if he stays up.
They don't have a lot of... there's definitely nowhere near the sort of infrastructure around the sport that we have in Australia, but in lawn bowls in particular. They've just gone from 12 to 10, and the comments were pretty unhappy. Some of the people. I think if you make that change to 3, you can't come back to 4.
Yeah, you can't really increase it, can you? Because there's obviously going to be that element of a lot of people. I reckon there'll be a lot of shifts in people playing at what clubs if the numbers change. Because people will be seeking more opportunities if they feel like they're on the fringe, or some people will obviously want to go to a stronger one if there's less. So you know, it's going to be interesting if that was ever a change that was made. But I don't mind the fact that Victoria's the one outlier compared to, like, you know, your New South Wales and Queensland's in that regard, and even Tassie, I think, are 3 rinks.
I'll be honest, it's not particularly high on any agendas of mine and Bolswick's, to be honest. At this moment in time, things change quickly, but at this stage, it's not particularly high.
Yeah.
Oh, Tash is close here,
travelling
mate.
here, looks like a good
Just
shot.
get
under. It's a good shot. It's a very well built up head, this one, because if you're Clayton, because that bowl of rowdies appears like it'll pop straight out if you find that little gap there.
Too many old blokes like you, Mark, couldn't do 25
might get up to it there. Dylan Benwell hitting a good drive on the far rink to kill the end, I believe. Yeah, he did. It's a good shot. I think there's a few down there.
Lilydale have got to go and go soon. They need a number from somewhere.
Run too late. They did push really well after that massive start by Clayton, but I think now their back's up against it even harder. Snapper's played an all-time shot there. He's got the arm up. Kingpin. Kingfisher, they call. I'm surprised he didn't pull out the chainsaw. He doesn't mind a celebration, the old sauce. He's gone red like a tomato. He's done something.
What's going to happen with this? It's a bit of a raffle.
It's a good shot by Todd as well.
He's made a few as well.
Well played. Obviously, there's a big head to play into, but I don't think anything gets towards the jack, though. The quality of the Clayton back end, sorry. Jeepers, I'm going to cop it for that one. The quality of the Clayton back end is coming to the forefront these last few ends.
Ali might have just shut the door on Lilydale right now. He's
Yeah.
just picked up a 5.
Yeah, I think that's
That might be the door firmly
might be all
shut.
she wrote for the overall. But, you know, there's still plenty in this game for Lilydale to fight for, like we were talking about before. That relegation battle, especially if a side like Mentone, you know, they're in front of Altona at this stage. We don't know what the score is now. But if Mentone win that game, that's huge for the relegation battle.
Nice, maybe.
Then, yeah, so that would be huge for the relegation battle. So every point matters massively for Lilydale here.
Well, they've made a habit of sneaking rink wins and remaining a few in front.
Yeah, so you've obviously got Woodrow is in pretty good stead. You know, obviously there's like 6 ends to go, but needs to hold on there because that could potentially be a big 2 points. And if obviously Jess's Drinks backs up against it big time, and so is Josh now. I don't know if Ali's Rink, CJ's Drinks any chance with the 3 ends to go.
I think I can see him having one of the team meetings in the middle of Josh Sanders' rink. I think they're
probably talking about that right now. How's Todd travelling here?
That's a Lilydale ball coming forward. Oh, it doesn't do
one
too
roll.
much damage. Could have been a lot worse.
So the way that the bowls line up, you've got the blue bowl behind Panda. If that punch probably goes straight through the jack. So if Jess can hit that one, or even now Rowdy's bowl, you're probably looking at positive results there. That plant, I think, through the jack for the kill, or if it gets the jack more solid, you've got John Snell out the back there.
Yeah, I agree. That's definitely the shot. That's what she's looking at as well. She goes big. Nope. She read it off straight out the hand, didn't she?
Oh, jeepers.
That ball came careering over.
So is it 3, I believe?
3.
3, yeah, this is
So
big ends for Clayton here.
Yeah, this game went in the balance, and then this rink in particular.
How many ends in a row have they won now?
6. So 2-1-2, 1-4-3. Sounds like a phone number.
6 ends in a row, 7 ends in a row. That's massive, given that at the time Lilydale had hit the front.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we were 12 all at one stage. We were 12 all.
Yes, we were. Yeah, so you have a look at massive momentum swing. You've got 12 all here, and then a 7 end in a row turnaround, and then you've got Daniel Woodrow, who was 2-10 downs, now gone on a 22-2 run, which is nuts.
So it just shows you these sort of greens, these conditions. If you jump on it, no good. You can lead off. Yeah, good start by Scotty Bowles again.
It's amazing what happens when your leads have a good game. It can just give the back end so many more opportunities.
Right, Scotty's trying to double up.
He stroked it out alright. He gets him away very well.
Yeah, for a big fella.
Just creeping on past, but that's alright. It's the right place to miss.
My good mate Joshy Thornton's jumped in to listen to how it's done in the commentary booth.
I think you'll definitely have a job to come back to.
You must be an international player, you Arnold, because I thought it's been a fairly close game.
Yeah.
I thought there'd be some good heads. I'd have walked off happy if I was one of these players today.
I mean, obviously everyone's going to comment on their own, but it was well known that the green's quite tricky, and obviously the conditions are windy, which you're never going to see on the screen. So, you know, you can only really play to the standard in front of you, and you can only really work with what's in front of you. So
it's a top bowl by Panda again. It's going good.
Yeah, that's all right. Not everyone's going to be happy with what they see. And that's why you've always got the luxury of turning it off.
Johnny Snell. Johnny Snell.
Sneaking past, not quite.
So Lilydale back up at Melbourne tomorrow. Or, sorry, against Melbourne.
Yeah, so we were talking about it before. Obviously, that means that we are playing them, but it's actually going to take a big effort from them. I've got no doubt that they'll be totally fine, but they're going to finish late here. Lilydale's a good 40-odd minute ride home, so whatever the time is now, it's 10 o'clock already. So let's say this game's done by 10:30. You've then got 45 minutes home. It's 11:15. There are going to be some tired souls in that Lilydale side tomorrow, and obviously they've got to switch back on and give it their all. And it might only be bowls, but the concentration aspect can take it out of you. And it's still a long day out in the weather.
Yeah.
And obviously we're going to be raring to go because, finals is coming up and we want to be a part of it. And we have to win because the competition this year is just so tight. We can't afford any slip-ups, so it'll be interesting to see how they go back-to-back Friday into Friday night, into Saturday. 2 day games is a little bit different, but night into day is, I reckon it'll be tricky as. Yeah,
I agree. And grass to synthetics, never an easy thing to do either. They've got the 3 synthetics at Lilydale. Clayton have a bit of a gap between their game. They don't start till 5:30 tomorrow night.
Yeah, so they're going to have a big sleep, but they're also going to have that weird start time, I suppose. And it's a Saturday, and Deer Park, they're green out there. Not to trash on any other greens, but it's definitely not a great green to play on because it's obviously tricky and slow. And
well, they've changed it up as well. The one that you played on is now been ripped up.
Okay, I don't. Oh,
they're on the other one.
That's a good result then.
But it's still.
It would still be so. The other green was also a bent, was it not, or is it?
I think it is a bent. I think you're right.
Yeah, so it still won't be running too quick, and particularly at that time of night again, it's essentially going to be a night game, so it'll end up being quite slow. I think that game might end up being 2 hours because it runs that slow.
Yeah, and then a few of them have got to hightail it up to Moama.
Yeah, there's going to be some tired souls. I think I was talking to good effort there. Talking to Ali before the game, and he's got to play the best part of 20 games in the next week or so because he's got the back-to-back here. He's got straight up for the whole BPL. They've got the double-header next week, so
jeez.
I definitely think he'll find a vein of form in there somewhere because it's a lot of bowls. What's Todd going to do here? He's got a pretty positive head to look at, I suppose.
He's going to come his forehand.
Just try and draw around the front ones. You can either sneak past and cover that forehand positive shot that they have, or you can even, if he drops short, he counts potentially. Benny's killed back-to-back ends, so that Clayton rink on the end's trying to fight pretty hard.
Yeah. You see that?
I did. He glanced over, so he heard the Jesus call. He's not happy, but he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's a bit of a barometer for this Clayton side, so it shows you that the fact that he's 18 up doesn't matter if there's a down end, he still doesn't like it.
Then he put the mat on the roof.
Yeah, he did actually. He nearly cleaned up the teacup sitting behind the rink.
That poor bloke just at the top of the screen.
I wish the camera was glancing at someone on the mat here. You would have seen the mat just fly through. What's Jess going to do here?
Alright, Jess has some more work to do here. She's not getting the best setups of heads at the moment. She's battling it. She's in the area if she's got the right way.
She needs a fair bit of weight to hold that line, I think.
She's not got the pace.
Yeah. She's got last bowl, but she's going to be, I think, heavily under the pump here. Obviously, she's got that forehand lurker, which you've got Snelly. You hit the back end of Snelly's bowl, you can change it. You land, is it Scotty's bowl fat? Your potential chance, but there's also a massive chance you only get half of either bowl and you get nothing. So, see what Todd does here.
Todd just coming into the pack. Might just create another obstacle.
Yeah, it's not going to help Jess's cause at all. I think now she's got to really play over the back end of those two Lilydale bowls on the right-hand side. Play the draw with maybe a yard.
Yeah. Just floating wide of the head and big finish by this rink of Clayton's.
Yeah, they've got a massive momentum going here. They've won, I think it's 8 ends in a row or something now, so it's very big for them. Should also add, I think that the Lilydale rink here just picked up a, I don't think it'll be massive in their rink or overall result, but 5, yeah, that's, I think now we understand why Ali launched that map.
Into the stratosphere.
Absolutely launched it.
That was a 6 for Clayton then. I didn't over-commentate that because
certainly didn't think it was that many. It was deceptive there.
Correct.
Those short bowls of the Lilydale ones, I thought they were more in the head then.
And there was a lot of Lilydale players standing on our side of the green, so I didn't want to be over-commentating the fact they just dropped that.
Big number. I think, yeah, well, there you go. We were talking about that 5 that CJ got, and
Bang.
that was more than well covered. Bang. Yeah, I think that, and that makes this rink near on. Well, not near on, but yeah. So I think Lilydale really need to push hard on that Josh Sanders rink for the 2 points to snag a 2. So what is it there? I think it's what, 2 ends to go. Is it what, 5, 6 the difference? So it's obviously a low percentage, but if they can give it everything, you never know. A rare loose one from Scotty.
Yeah, Daniel Woodrow's rinker. A fair few behind the rest. Everyone else on 19, they're on 15.
Yeah, I think that you can contribute or test that
Dead end.
to yeah, Benny's killed like 2 or 3 in a row now.
So we get a beautiful moon poke out from behind the trees opposite us, Skilton.
Yeah. It gives me a little bit of warmth inside wearing a t-shirt.
I stuck up if you wore a t-shirt, mate. You've had the biggest rookie mistake ever.
Ah, it's alright. If I was playing, I'd be in shorts and a t-shirt.
Don't forget to tune in next Friday. Our Between Ends Bowl show goes live. We're currently 2 in front of JT in the tipping. He clawed 2 back last weekend. Got a couple are wrong.
I do know what's on the line. Thank you, Matthew. But what's on the line for a club outweighs the individual. Snappers just has a little bit of pride, we'll say.
Right, let's
Thank you, Woj, for that late mail.
See if Johnny Snell can draw in here. He's got some room.
Probably going a little bit there anyway, but you know, gets Rowdy up in the mix.
I thought I'd messed this scoreboard up. They only picked up a 3. He changed the score on me. Apologies. It was only a 3.
It's alright.
26-12. It's Panda. We'll blame Panda. Can only
yeah, it's alright.
go off the support I get given.
You're only human, Jimbo. You're allowed to make mistakes.
I listened back to Matty O doing the commentary of the Melbourne Altona last week. He got himself very flustered with his scoring system.
Did he?
Yeah. He was miles behind. Didn't know what was going on.
Oh, I mean, he asked me to do it before while you had your quick hiatus when Kurt was next to me, and I looked at it and I'm like,
what the hell's going on?
I'm sorry, I got no idea.
I completely forgot about the score.
I thought you'd just update the overall, but you're doing end by end, which is just bemusing to me. You do a good job to get it done.
Yeah, it's I'm in a routine with it, but I do stumble sometimes.
Yeah, I'd much rather just flick over a total rink score.
But it's good. It helps because we can see like
momentum.
Yeah,
string of ends and shit like that.
I think that's our job as commentators, is to tell the viewers can obviously when Nico and Snally get out of the way see the bowls coming down anyway, but you got to add something different. Great bowl by
shot
Tash.
by Tash there. I think she was a few down.
Some little shifts in tactics, in momentum, in play, and that's what we try and do.
Unch, you didn't realise it was me. No wonder you were tuning in with such content.
Oh, good ball by Nico.
It is a good shot by Nico. Well played. I should have done a click for you, and then you would have known it was me, Unch. Congrats on the second little one, by the way.
Tash likes the clear instructions, hey? She likes to be very certain of her shot. It's good. Probably something a lot of people can learn from, actually. Don't play with indecision.
Yeah, well, we did comment on that earlier, but...
She's close, mate. Got it.
Yeah, it's a great shot by Tash.
Gets the ball back the Scotties as well. Superb.
She, well, after that rink meeting, she fired up big time. She's been a big reason why this rink has switched on. But yeah, no, we were commenting on the indecision earlier, and
Oh, Nico's gone.
how is he close?
Under.
Oh,
Not by a lot.
yeah. So commenting on the indecision, we you'll often see everybody have their own dynamic with their skipper, but you know, when me, for example, with Lala, anytime there's indecision, or you know, we'll say that there's two genuine options. I'll always ask, if I don't have a preference, I'll ask him what he likes, so that way I can walk away with the 100% in the zone of trying to do what he's asked, at least. So that way you're committed and you don't, you know, half the shot. Is Toddy close, is he?
Oh, it's almost got a remote control in that thing to turn under that then. That was a ridiculous display of how to get close to the ball, yeah.
Yeah, navigated very well there. I think Jimmy might be doing the same thing as you, and soon he's got a second kid on the way very shortly.
Right, I mean, Bronny's not listening. Or reading. Oh, more pressure on Jess here.
Yeah, certainly is. Beanie's played a great shot on the end rink there. Jess is searching, I think, for the jack here. She's just on the high side. Gives her a bit of a look.
Yeah, she needs to be under that bowl, really, of pandas at the front in that port.
Todd's going to attempt to add another one in here. I think he needs to get the remote control out again here, but not quite this time. I think Jess has had to change hands here to try and find that same port on the forehand now to attempt to get to the split of the jack and the bowl. I think she's tugged it a little bit, yeah. Not quite what she wanted. Oh, she's clipped that out. I think she might get away with that because I don't think Clayton had anything else behind the head.
Heading to the last end, 28-12. Fingers crossed we can get you in before you get hypothermia, mate.
Nah, that's alright. I'm guessing that we're going to move the cameras behind another rink anyway. So you might... No?
No, unfortunately the rink that's far behind is the furthest rink away from us. I don't know if the cameras are stretched that far.
Ah, okay. That's alright. Not sure if there's any PowerPoint leads over there either to change them over. That's alright.
It's not like the Melbourne Altona game when everyone wanted to...
Yeah, true.
Watch our rink finish off, mate.
Oh, I think they just wanted to watch you, mate. Everyone wants a piece of Mr. VB.
VB.
BV. VB comes later.
Oh, mate, I wouldn't touch that with a barge pole. Yeah, another good one by Scotty to finish off. Yeah. He can be very happy with his night's work.
He deserves to get these last two.
Would you give him good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. You could almost go in the conditions very good.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to want to adjust tomorrow, Lilydale. I feel
I
this rink and the rink next, you can't concede 28s,
Nah,
can
you can't. No, those massive momentum swings are different. So that's where we were talking about, we'll go back to what Josh Rennicks was saying before. The rink meetings can be massive. So we saw Lilydale have that early one, and it worked. They got the mat, they changed it to short, and they started to get a bit of momentum. This Clayton side, on this rink in particular, have strung quite a number of ends together, and Lilydale haven't really done anything to shake it up. Like, obviously, you have to play a good bowl to win the mat. But even when it's after Scotty's played his first bowl as a lead, you're allowed to walk up the green and have a chat. So I don't know why you wouldn't attempt to break up the momentum.
Do something different.
Yeah. Because sometimes when the going gets tough, just small little changes like that, even just slowing it down, because they can find a lot of rhythm, and if you break up their rhythm, they might miss a couple more bowls. So, it's just food for thought. But this, obviously, Clayton wanting to have a big weekend to push for the 4. They've got Deer Park tomorrow.
Big game. They did
That's a big game. So this is the perfect start to the weekend for them. You need to have a good outing here, not only to give you confidence, but to allow for the fact that you're playing a really good side tomorrow, and it's not going to be all one way.
Yeah, Johnny Snell, the superb bowler. They knocked over Deer Park earlier in the season as well. So going for the double over them.
Yeah, well, they did. They got they got up on him here, and that was part of the reason why Clayton had such a great start to the year. They were 5-0, I think, 5-1, I think.
They had their run before Christmas.
Yeah. Melbourne beat them round 1, and then I think they didn't really lose until Christmas. So, big finish. So we were talking about the Lilydale rink over there of Josh Sanders needing to push hard to try and see if they could steal an extra 2 points. They only got 1 that second last end, so they're 5 down, so it's going to take something special, because I think Dylan might have last bowl over there. So Tash has been in some form now. We'll see what she can do here. I think she tugged it just a fraction, yeah. Weight looked like it was going to be okay to land. I don't know if I'd quite get a gig on Kiss FM, Chip, but thanks for the support, brother. I'll give you a kiss later.
Tash is using Taylor SR's Sparrow. Specially made for BPL. These are the bowls she'll be using up at Moama.
She seems interested. Can't tell. Is she going to get down? No, not quite.
This stream brought to you by Moama Bowls Club.
They give a lot back to bowls, Moama.
Oh, they do a sensational job. You go around any of their clubs up on the border. They've all got sponsorship boards from Moama. They chuck back in for sure.
Invaluable.
Also give loose cannons like Kevy Anderson jobs to keep him on the straight and narrow.
Smooth FM's probably more my style, Benny. You got it right. Thanks, you mate. Positive shot here from Todd to land the bowl.
He's going to kill. Just keep you out here.
That's alright. I've already got hypothermia. It's not like I can get it any worse, is it?
Oh, can he get down? Can he get down?
He's trying very hard. It's a good attempt. You can see the bowl clearly round on the backhand, so yeah, it's still on. Just needs to try and get another one in there. I dare say, obviously it's looking like it's not going to be Lilydale's night, but you never know with how tight the ladders can get, whether or not shots is going to come into it. So obviously you never really want to let go. Like sometimes you might want to just get off and just throw your bowls down, but just still want to throw one in there. floating around out the back there. Her weight was alright, just missed her line.
Yeah, it looks like all the other rinks are going to finish the same time, except the Daniel Woodrow ones, and it's.
I dare say Todd's pretty close here, Jimmy. If he clears the front, no, he's got less weight than I thought.
And because that rink of Daniel Woodrow's is the far end of the green from us, we don't have enough lead on the cameras to stretch the 4 rinks over, 3 rinks over even. So unfortunately we can't carry on with that, and Skilton is about to turn into an arse block as well.
It's alright, mate. Red hair.
No, Mark, we haven't
insulation
had
system.
any updates from
The
Altona and
Altona
Mentone.
game, yeah, sorry. The last time we heard, I think Mentone were 9 up with about 20 ends to go overall.
On the GS's rink to finish this one off. 28-13 the final score. It looks like Clayton are going to get home.
I think Josh Sanders' rink, before we quickly put it away, is trying to kill to go for their rig win, and they've just had 2 drives in a row go through a very small gap between Jack and Bowl, so Dylan with last bowl there, if they don't kill it, it's all over there too.
Yeah, mate. We want to thank you for coming on tonight, Skills. You've been fantastic, mate.
No worries at all.
Thoroughly
mate.
enjoyed your company.
I'll say any time, but obviously it's got to be somewhat down my end of the world.
Deer Park sounds a good one for you.
Oh, you reckon?
I want to thank everyone for tuning in as well. You did a fantastic job battling through them early ends when we were trying to coach the players into not standing in front of the camera, so thank you for your patience there. Thank you to Moama Bowls Club who helped power these streams, BCIB, our Metro Pennant partner for this year, and we'll see you all tomorrow 5 p.m. We are live from Bundora as they go up against MCC, 2 and 3 on the ladder at the moment. Should be a huge game. Both teams need to win, so 5 p.m. tomorrow. Tune in and you can catch that game. Thank you.